Okay, guys, this is kind of a partial update here. So obviously, I'm very excited because I have my Pecron, the E1500LFP full stack. Now, this is what it looks like on that dolly. That dolly cost me about, I think it's about 10 bucks. Guys, you can get that handle if you want, but that's a cool thing. For that cheap, it holds like it says 1,000 pounds, but it's only 160 pounds, so it easily holds that. That's the system side by side. If you guys see the difference, let me see if I can get the whole thing in frame here. That is the E2000LFP full stack, and this is the E1500 full stack. Now, I have not charged this fully yet because obviously I literally just did a video probably a couple hours ago with the unboxing. So this is kind of an addition to that. What I wanted to show you guys is now that I have it hooked up, hold on, I got a cramp in my leg here. I'm sitting on the floor. I hooked it up to the batteries. As you can see, look at how nice and organized. It looks like a Superman, right? Look, a big letter S. So now you have a nice clean look as opposed to the other one that has a lot more stick out ability, if you will. I don't know if that's a word, but you know how it sticks out extra. I didn't like that. Look at how slim that is, guys. I know it's hard to see. Hold on one second if you would. Just give me 1 second, guys. Sorry to have a pause here. Let me grab my DeWalt light here. I'm in the corner of my shop and there's really no lights in this corner. So now I have my little DeWalt light. And so you can see the cables, guys. Look at how nice and clean that is. Straight down the side. They stick out possibly maybe 3 or 4 inches. Fantastic upgrade from the other one that literally sticks out that far, guys. I mean, that's a big difference, right? Look at the difference of that. Sorry about the flashlight. Like I said, this side of the room is a little bit darker. I only have 2 main lights and they're over there by the workbench. But look at how nice that is, guys. Look at the letter S, guys. You see how nice that is? It's very clean looking. Guys, Pecron, good job. But there's one thing that I wanted to show you guys big time that with this system right away. Notice that, well, here, I'll go up here. Notice that not charging, right? I just have it hooked up. I didn't even adjust the battery numbers, guys. But let's see, this one is on, I'm gonna need the light again. This one is on set to 0, and this one is set to 0, so that means I probably have to change that so it understands that they're different. So, but notice, guys, huge, look at, synced and charging from the main system, because these are lower than the main system as far as voltage. But holy crapzilla, guys, it's working. Okay, so give me 1 second. I'm gonna set this down one more time just for a second here. I'm gonna see if I could change that here. I can't get in there. I'll change that in a minute, guys. But remember, these little numbers here, these little things are for the app, so it understands that the batteries are different. So like that one's set to 0, that one should be set differently. I got to read the instructions. But I suppose I should have done that before I hooked them up. I was too excited, guys, you know. But you know, when you have your toys, you whip them out and play with them without looking at all the safety stuff. So I got to go back and look at all the safety stuff, guys. But so far, guys, just to be able to see those lights, guys, holy crapzilla. And notice that one is, see, it's going down and down. Oh, maybe they're feeding energy to the main. That's possible. But I just want to show you one cool thing. Like I said, this is just a short update. So this is the main cable. So I have to pull this back here, guys. That's 160 pounds, guys. You see, you pull it with one hand, them dollies are worth every penny that you pay for them. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this in just so you can see how the system reacts when you charge them full. Now, like I said, I have to set up the batteries proper with those little numbers, but I don't have it hooked to the app yet, okay? This is just a very, very basic test just to see what the deal is here. And now notice, look at the input, guys. Holy mental. That's 1,371 watts, 73, going into this little box with these that's great from the wall, from the grid. And notice that the UPS clicked on instantly. So once it gets fully set up, the UPS clicks on, and then you're protected for your medical equipment or whatever you're using. Now, this is what I wanted you guys to listen to, which was the fans. I want you to hear the fans at full volume But you have to remember though, we're putting almost 1400 watts of power through this box. So yes, the fans are going to turn on. That's the inevitable. If you run your car hard, that fan is going to turn on because you're putting some serious power in a little box like that. But I'm going to go really close, guys. It's going to sound very loud because obviously I'm going to put it right next to it. Let me be quiet just for a second so you can hear. Okay, and then here's the other one. Just so you can kind of see. And I'll go real close. That's max fan. So I just wanted you guys to see that while I have this testing here. And now I'm going to shut it down. And notice that the UPS will click off, obviously, because there's no more universal power supply or power source, uninterruptible power source. So notice that's shut down. And then the charging shut down. And then we're still 70%, but you know, it's going to take, obviously, this is 7.5 kilowatts, guys. You're not going to charge this in 10 minutes. It's going to take some time. I want to do this full charge tomorrow when I have the solar hook to it. I can't wait. I can't wait to start testing this, guys. I'm so excited. But I wanted to show you guys the cables. I thought this is really cool, man. That's really cool. Much better than the other one. So Pecron, great job. And guys, they're not as hard to bend as some people said. I bent them, no problem. And then let's see what else. The little things just hang down like that, so that's not a problem. Same as the other system. Very clean. I do like that. I do have to set those though, because like I said, if you don't set those little numbers, the app won't understand that this battery is different from that one. So I'm going to do that real quick, and then I'll be right back. Okay, guys, of course, men don't read instruction manuals, and I don't either. So, okay, inside here, guys, once again, you have a hidden menu. I didn't know this. That's why you should always read instruction manuals first, guys, but we never do. We always just rip open our toys and play with them. So, okay, so as I learn, you don't make the same mistakes that I did. Nothing happened to the system. Everything runs fine. But notice that you have the same thing, the AC and DC at the same time, and then this symbol should flash. Let's see. Let's do it here. Let's just hold these down. That should flash. Okay, so there you go. And then, like the first one, you used to hit this twice real quick. Now notice, see this Wi-Fi just kick on? That turns on the Wi-Fi. So let's see here. Let me go back to that page here, if I can find it real quick here, guys. Oh, I lost the page. Okay, so here we go. So we're going to set this in real time here. I'm going to set this here so I can read and do this at the same time. I'm going to try anyway. Okay, so it says blah, 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 blah. Okay, and then long press the DC to enter. So if you're having trouble setting the Wi-Fi, guys, or getting it ready for the Wi-Fi, you have to hit both until this kicks on, and then it's ready to be bound, okay? Binded to the app. So you have to have that, guys. So that'll flash until I literally turn it off, or it's going to wait for the Wi-Fi signal from your app or your phone until you do it. So if you hold down these two, okay, and then you hold down the, oh, see, I did it wrong. Boy, I should have, see, I got to listen to my own thing. So they're backwards of what I've thought. So you hold these down. When the wireframe flashes, you hold down the DC for a long time. That brings you into, let's see if it did it. There you go. Nope, that just turned it off. Hold on, maybe it's AC. I wonder if they did it wrong here. You know, hold on, let's see. Okay, it says after powering on, long press the AC and DC switch at the same time. The battery symbol will flash, and then please long press the DC to enter into settings. So let's turn the system on. Okay, and then what I'll do is I'll turn on both of them. See how it's still looking for that Wi-Fi now? Okay, so we're gonna hold down these two. Okay, let everything kick on. We're gonna hold these down. And then once the battery flashes, you hold down the DC. Maybe you have to hold it down really quick. Nope, it didn't do it. Okay. Oh, guys, that was AC. Holy crapzilla. Okay, so we'll try it again here. Let's take the load off it here so we don't have any load on it. Okay, there we go. All right, so that's why learning in real time, guys. Okay, so here, let's see. Like I said, we're not professionals. All right, so hold these down. When that flashes, you hold down the DC probably really quick. And, oh, okay, so there you go, guys. All right, so we got there. So your first menu is going to be, now remember, this is the hidden menu that started this entire thing on that bad boy over there. So this is 60 hertz. Guys, if you live in North America, do not touch this. It's not good to touch that because you change the hertz of the frequency of the electric, and just don't touch it. Okay, and then it says to change it, you hit the DC short, and to go to the next one, you short press the AC. So we're going to hit the AC. Notice it went to menu 2, 120 volts. Now, the reason that this is different is you can change this depending on either what country, or you could probably drop that down to, look at 100, 110, or 120. Guys, again, do not touch that. If you put it down to 120, you'll get longer run time on your machine because you're putting out less voltage, but leave it at 120. Your equipment and the UPS and everything will like you better for it. So do not change number 1 or do not change number 2. Okay, so number 3 is off. Now what that is, according to the book here, it says enter setting number 3, the default value is off. That means the machine is without any setting about to auto shut down the time. So basically you have off, you have 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, and then off. What that is, guys, is if you're not using any load on these systems, the system will automatically shut down within 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour. I do not like that. And the reason why is because if you hook up something that you really need, something very valuable as far as emergency, or say a portable refrigerator or anything, and if you have it set to 1 hour, if the compressor of the fridge shuts off, this shuts down, your food spoils. You don't want to do that, guys. So leave it on off until you understand fully what that is. And then you hit the AC again, you go to menu number 4. Now menu number 4 is reset, okay? If you want to reset the Wi-Fi, I heard people having troubles with this already. It's very simple. If you have trouble connecting to the Wi-Fi, okay, if you short press the DC like that, notice it says reset, okay, which means the reset command is now activated for the Wi-Fi. So if you can't get on the Wi-Fi, go into menu 4, hit the reset button. This says RE or RST, it stands for reset. And then when you hit the AC, you go to the next one, which is EEP. It reset the Wi-Fi, and now look, it's looking for the Wi-Fi. If I wouldn't have clicked these buttons, it would never look for the Wi-Fi. So I'm not ready to set that up right now, guys. Now I'm going to shut the system down completely, and I'm going to go back to what I was doing, which is setting these correctly to the numbers on those dials before I set up the app, because I want everything good the first time. Because setting up apps, guys, I'm not a pro at that, and I'm not a pro at this stuff, guys. I'm learning as we go, and I think I'm pretty educated, but you know, there's always learning curves and everything. All right, guys, I'm going to pause the video just for a second. I have to get the other instruction booklet. This is the main E1500LFP. Pecron, thank you for putting this in the main system. This was not in the E2000LFP, and that's what gave a lot of people a lot of problems, because they didn't realize to look in the EP3000 battery manual to set up the system, which that's kind of backwards, guys. This should have been in the E2000. But now that that's all worked out, I'm going to pause it, and then we're going to come back after I set these numbers, or maybe I'll set them live if I have something where I could do it on camera. But you need a really, really tiny screwdriver, and you have to twist that. So I got to find a screwdriver first and then twist that to the corresponding numbers. That way, if you have the E3600LFP in the future, which we definitely are planning on getting, we already have money set aside for it. We will be buying it with our own cash. Then you can have up to 4 batteries, and then you put like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then in the app it looks at, oh, that's battery 1. That's awesome, because then it definitely understands, hey, the batteries are not the same, right? So they're probably set to 0 for default, and then I'm going to read the other instruction manual, which, guys, we should do this to begin with, and then be able to set those up. And then everything will run good. All right, so give me a second here. I'm going to pause it. I'm going to get the other instruction manual, and then we're going to set those bad boys. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I am back. So basically what it says in the app, I had to read the other instructions here. And it says, let's see, when cascading multiple power packs, check the serial number knob to make sure, boy, I can't read it in the dark here. I got a flashlight on it. To check the serial number on each power pack to ensure the uniqueness of the serial numbers. The serial numbers will correspond to the identification numbers in the power packs in the app. So duplicate serial numbers can cause inaccuracies in the battery levels. So basically what it's saying, guys, is in here you have 0 to 5. So that means technically you could have 6 battery packs. Don't hook up 6, but you can technically have 6 different. Now you need a this is the one thing that I noticed Pecron didn't give you, unless I didn't see it. So this is one of those teeth pokers, you know. I recommend a very small eyeglass screwdriver, which I don't have. This does work, guys, but like I said, I don't recommend this. This is a dumb idea. But all I do is I set it in there like that, and I twist a little knob. Let's see if I can twist it here. And I turn it to number 1. So now this is on number 1, and then I'll twist it one more time to number 2. That's it. That's all you have to do. So what that does now is tells the app that this is battery number 2. Okay, so then when you go up here, let's see if I can put this light up here. When you go up here, now remember, we set that one to number 1. This one has to be set. I'm sorry, this one's set to number 2. This one has to be set to number 1. Now, like I said, I don't recommend this, guys. This is not a cool tool. This is for your teeth. So, but now you set to number 1 and number 2. So now in the app and in the system, it'll understand that's a battery pack up here, and that's a battery pack down there. So now you have 2 separate battery packs. So before, remember, they were both on 0, so it didn't quite understand there. Even though it still tried to adjust in real time, as you saw. That's cool. The other thing I found out, guys, is unhooking these. Okay, let me go down here. Unhooking these, guys, there's a simple way to do it. Is you don't push down like that. It doesn't do anything. That's a lock. That's a safety lock. Because you see that little nub right there. You can't push it down unless you push it in and then down. So other systems have things like that. Like Bluetti has that safety thing, because you don't want to unhook this accidentally. But notice you can't push that down until you push in and then down. It's a double latch safety. That's called a double hinge safety, and that's for for accident waiting to happen. Hopefully you'll never have it. That way you can't bump it. So now what you do is when you go up here, when you push it in there, you don't even need to touch it. So basically you could just shove it in there like that. Wait, there you go. It's on wheels, guys. So as I push it, it rolls across the ground. See, and you hear the click? So you basically pull it up and then make sure it's in there good. So let me set this down for a second. And then you just kind of, there you go, you kind of snug it in there. So guys, what that does is it makes sure that you can't bump that. That's cool, because the other one has like a twisty thing, and I like these better, I think. So then we'll hook up the other one, same way, guys. You got to twist this over here. So far, I love these cables, guys. It's not even a joke. You can push it in and down, and it makes it a little easier to put it in there. It's still snug. Hold on, I gotta put this down to click it. You'll hear it click, you should. Okay. So now it clicked, okay. I'm not as strong as I used to be. So now notice that this is in, right? This is in, this is in. So all 3 of these are all snug and snug as a bug in a rug. So they're all ready to go. And now you know that it can't, and this one too. See how you can't open that? So now the system is all set up, and this is set to battery number 1, and this is set to battery number 2. That they do not have, if you remember, on this EP3000, they do not have that, and that is a monster upgrade for the communications device of these systems, that now the system can uniquely identify this battery is not that battery, and this battery is not this battery. So that's cool. So let's turn this back on. Let's see, now, let's see, we'll plug this in here. Okay, we'll turn the system around here. Doing all this one-handed, guys, I do apologize. I'm not a professional, like I said, over and over and over. All right, we're going to turn on the AC here. All right, so that's on now. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, so we're 65%. And then there you go, back to 70. And then what we're going to do is notice that the AC inverter just clicked on, and we're going to draw up power. This is now hooked to my 7.4 cubic foot refrigerator. That's got all my Dr. Peppers in it. And also hooked to the other emergency stuff that we would need, like tools and stuff if we ever need extra power. So, and the security system is on this one too. We do security systems on these because very hard to get into the system, guys. You'd have to come in the house and disable this before you can get at the security system. So that's another level of security, to give you an idea. Plus it's closed circuit too, so that's very secure compared to Wi-Fi. I'm not a fan of Wi-Fi, guys. Now notice that when we turn it on, guys, it's not looking for the Wi-Fi again. In order to get it ready to bind, remember, you have to hit these 2 buttons for a second, and then this will flash, and then it's going to do the app. Now we're going to do this differently. I would like to do it now, but You know what? Maybe I can do it. Hold on. Let's see how this is charging here. Notice that that's synced, and it's doing battery flashing. See, it's at 2, and then it goes down, and then that's green. But guys, notice that because of this new system that they have with the new cables and the new communications and the serial numbers, guys, that's monster, because what it's doing now is balancing between these 3 systems. And that way, eventually, it'll get to 100%, and you can see what the heck is going on in real time. But matter of fact, if you guys want to hold on, I'll go all out. I'm going to go get the app, and I'm going to see if I can get it to link up. So give me 1 second, and I will be right back. Okay, guys, I am back once again. Now, notice that the time changed, guys. So once I adapted all the batteries to battery 1 on the serial knobby thing, it's basically 6 little numbers, 0 through 6. You can pick any numbers you want, but it'll correspond into the app as far as which number you're set to. That way you could also, this is 2 good things. One, it separates the battery packs so it knows that you have different battery packs. That's a huge upgrade. There's so many upgrades to the system, it's mental crazy. Okay, so the other thing is, notice that the watt hours changed because it fully identifies now. Remember, this only said like, was it 17 or something like that? I don't know, you have to go back in the video. But it was much less because it only thought, once again, that this was one big battery pack, right? And now it's one big battery pack under 3 different cells. That's huge because now it can identify which one is at what power so it can balance them properly. That's cool. So this definitely, most definitely has a better communication system than the other one. And notice I'm at 59.1 hours as opposed to, I think it was, I don't know, it was 7 or 17. I don't know. You'd have to go back in the video and watch. Okay, so what I'm going to try to do now is I'm going to try to do in real time the app. Now, I heard like 2 or 3 people so far of, you know, they asked me, they say, Rambling Bob, you know, help me do the app. Well, I couldn't do the app because I don't have the system. Now I got the system, now we can do it. But I'm going to do it real time, guys. Let me wait, I did the wrong thing. I'm not a phone guy, guys, so I'm learning. Okay, here, like I'm a computer guy, but not a phone guy. All right, let me see, let me turn that on. Let me turn. This is not a real phone, by the way. This is actually a phone that we took the SIM card out and we use it for a dummy phone, if you will. And I use it to fly my drones and whatnot. And that way you can have, see, the Wi-Fi didn't turn on yet. Okay, so that's going. It should scan for the networks. Let me hide that for a second here. Okay, that's good. And then you have to make sure your Bluetooth is on. And now your Bluetooth is on there. It's got all my tools in there, my bows and AirPods and everything. Okay, so now the system is ready to go as far as it's ready to hook to the Pecron thing. So this thing is acting funny. Sometimes these light up and sometimes they don't. Almost like the Pecron lights on the E2000. All right, all right. So I'm done poking fun at them with their lights. Okay, so then you do the power station. Notice I have Bluetti and I have Pecron. Now I have 2 apps. I'm not an app guy, but I am getting kind of accustomed to using them. So we're going to use the Pecron, okay? And now we're going to see what it does, and what we're going to do is, now notice that it says device list. Obviously, there's nothing there. And then when you hit here, notice it's going to look for one. See, it says allow notifications. Okay, so you allow it. Obviously, you want to allow that. And that way, yep, so you have to, let's see, where is it? Notifications, keep blocked. So you have to allow the notifications for the system. Okay, I don't know what that says. Categories, quick one. I don't know what that is. I'm going to turn it on, so I don't know what that is. Okay, so then now notifications is all good. It's all on. Now notice there's no messages, there's no alert, and there's no fault. But notice that, guys, there's no system here, right? See? So if you hit either here, add a device, or up here, they both do the same thing. So you can detect a nearby device. So app needs to request the following permissions. Okay, so you have to allow more. Location and system. Okay, so it needs system location. Okay, so I don't think I have that on, guys, so give me a second here. Like I said, I am not good with phones, guys. Okay, so let's see, let's go. How do you get out of here? Okay, so there you go. Okay, so let's go here. Now what did it say? It said something about location. Hey, Mrs. Rambling Bob, can I have some help, please? She's good with phones, guys. Where would you find software update? We don't want that. Phone. Oh boy. Okay, so it needs system location. So where would that be in a phone?
Well, you need your location for your phone on?
Yeah, location turning on. So I'm learning too, guys. Here we go. We're all learning as a team here. Where would that be in a phone? Is that just a simple pushing?
It should be on.
Oh, okay, so it's on. All right, so we'll reset it here. Okay, now it's on. So we reset there. So there you go. So you have to agree with it, okay? So obviously it didn't set because I never used that.
The only way I know how to get to the location. So.
Okay, so then what we're gonna do, guys, is we're gonna hold down these two buttons up here. Hopefully you can see that, and we're gonna hold this down. We're gonna let that flash. Okay, we're gonna let it go through the system, and then you'll see the Bluetooth Wi-Fi thing should pop up over there. Okay, see it? So now it's looking to bind to something. Okay, so we're gonna go back to the Pecron app. And like I said, I'm learning this in real time. Okay, whoop, and then let's see, I'm almost falling over here.
I got you.
And then thank you. And then you have add a device. Okay, and then we're gonna detect nearby devices, and we're gonna see. It said, oh, you got to click allow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I did the wrong one. Oh, I see.
Yeah, in there. So
Holy.
that way, otherwise, if you don't do that, then it can't detect that it's nearby.
Okay, how do you do? Okay, so how do you find it in here now? Let's see.
It just told you, and you.
Okay, I went right to it here.
Permissions.
Where's permissions? Okay, there you go. Camera. Oh, there you. Okay, so guys, easy cheesy. Okay, so that was my fault. So you click on location. I don't want the microphone because then Pecron will hear me talking or the phone or whatever. Who knows?
They gotta watch videos for that.
Yeah, let's turn on the storage, because it might have to write something to the the hard drive, if you will, the flash drive, because it might have to save like INN settings. They're called INI settings on a computer, which is the initialization settings. So now we'll go back. Look, guys, look at that. Bada bing, bada boom. Look at it. Oh, it even has a picture.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Look at that, guys. So here, you hit that. You hit the plus. Okay, and then whoop, that's my Wi-Fi here. Let me hide that for a second here. We're going to click that. And then now we got to pick a password. So we're going to pick something like, let's see, what would be a good one, guys? How about,
I think you need to.
let's see here. What?
I think you're signing into the Wi-Fi. I think you need to.
Oh, okay, yeah. So we need that password. Okay, so guys, I gotta put the password in real quick. And I don't want to tell the whole world my password to my Wi-Fi thing. So give me a second, and I'll be right back, guys. Sorry about that. Okay, guys, sorry about that. Okay, I had to put the password in for the Wi-Fi. As I said, this is the first time that I've ever. Now it's blinking, so that means it's probably talking. And notice up here that Wi-Fi went away, so it's probably talking here. Oh, yep, see that? Look at that. That little thing is like it's like loading. It's probably talking and figured out. Oh, it says Bluetooth connection failed. Okay, so we retry this here. Okay, let's click next here. You want to set the system this as close to the system as you can. I learned that the hard way with Bluetooth, is you want to have it very close to the system because it will try to grab other things that are Bluetooth in the neighborhood or the area. Let's see, or maybe because I pushed that button. Oh. Yeah, I won't push the button this time. Yeah, like I said, we're learning, guys. Oh, no. Bluetooth connection failed. Okay.
We'll figure it out.
All right, let's see here. Okay, Bluetooth. Is it Bluetooth on? It says there, let me make sure 100% that Bluetooth. Oh, you know what? Holy cow. You have to Bluetooth to the system, don't you?
I don't know what we're doing.
Maybe it's got to find the system here. Let me see. Let me turn that off and turn it on. Maybe it's got to find the system first. Okay, so we have Bose, that's speaker, AirPod. Nope. So it's not in there, eh?
No, it'd be under available devices.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Maybe we got to push the button again? And try that again?
Yeah, maybe we gotta try it again, guys. Okay, hold on. Let's see what it does. Let's see if it picks up something. And then we'll turn this off. We gotta wait till that bad boy comes on. Then you hit this. We'll wait till this loads here. Like I said, this is real time, guys. Yeah, this isn't scripted stuff here, guys. We're learning in real time to see how to do it, what to learn, and what not to do in real time, and that way other people can learn too.
To the app.
Okay, let's see. I gotta wait till it's done doing what it's doing there. Okay, it's spinning. All right, no devices found. Okay, so we'll close that one and we'll close that one and go back to the app. Okay, allow the Bluetooth to turn on. We just did that. Okay, we turn on the Bluetooth.
Wait, allow the...
Okay, and then you hit retry. Let's try again here. Okay, oh, we gotta do the password again.
Okay.
Oh my goodness gracious. Okay. All right, give me a second, guys. I got to do one more time. Okay, guys, we're back, and we had to put the password in, so I couldn't put that on video, obviously. And there you put it real close here. Now, notice that this little thing is filling up here. It's filling up more than it did last time, right?
Yep.
Okay, so We're gonna let that do there. Okay, so
And
guys,
look.
look at that. Added successfully, and now the Wi-Fi is connected here, guys.
Solid.
Yeah, this is solid, which means we did it, right? We did it. So that wasn't too hard, okay? Okay, so hit done, and now the system. Look at that. It's system. So you can change this system to whatever you want. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna edit this, and then we're gonna change this, guys. Yeah, we're gonna change it seriously. We're going to put the E1500LFP because I don't want all the fancy numbers. I'm not going to have more than one of these, so I'm just going to hit. Oh boy, I deleted it. Okay. So E15. Wait a minute. Hold on. My fingers, guys, are so big for these phones.
It's not working.
All right, my fingers. Maybe my fingers are dead.
Oh.
Okay, there you go. Holy crapzilla. Okay, so you know what? I'll leave it. I'll figure that out later. Save. Holy cow, guys. Okay, so notice that it says E1500LFP online. Look at it. We're done, guys. So now it's in the system, right? This is up here. This is solid. I hope this is all on video here. Let me turn this up just to I can see it, but I want to make sure, guys. Okay, so this is solid. That means I have a full connection to this. That wasn't that hard, but you have to make sure that the Bluetooth is on and the Wi-Fi is on. That's a big thing, guys. And then here, your timing is good. So now we get to see. Let's click that bad boy. Look at this, look at this, look at this. Bada bing, bada boom.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Here, it's coming, it's coming. Look at this, loading. It's loading. Look at that, guys. Are you kidding me? We got a Pecron app. This is the first official Pecron app in the history of Pecron, of the apps of Pecron.
Is it a Pecron app?
It's a Pecron app. Okay, so look at this, guys. We're at 64%. See that? How now, isn't that nice, guys? You go in the other room, and now you know exactly how much power you got in this bad boy at any given time without having to guess. There's your input, output. Let's see here. That's input, right? So there's nothing and nothing, obviously. So when you're charging it by solar or whatever, this will obviously go up. And here's your output. So if you click that, look at this. The AC is on, 52 watts right there, using 60 hertz, which is pure sine wave, 119 volts, which is a 120 volt system. And then you have right here, power factor of 1. That's really good. Power factor of 1 is great. All we have here right now is a security system, which that's amazing. That has a power factor of 1. So here's your alarm records, your battery pack details. Well, there's good stuff. All right, we're going to run through all this. Let's see if this does anything. Okay, nothing. It says discharging time 59 hours and 8 minutes, which it's about right. You'll see this change a little bit because obviously it has to update. This says 58.26. I don't know the actual real time. And then once this has been already set, you can use this offline, and you don't have to use it online. So that's awesome. Input, that's what's coming in. That's output. Here's your battery details, alarm records. All right, so let's do. Let's see, does that change? Okay, it just gets longer. Okay, because it has the hertz and everything here. So let's go to battery pack details, guys. This is what I've been waiting for forever. Look at that, guys. Are you kidding me? This is so perfect, it's not even funny. So on the E2000 LFP, that bad boy over there, which I still love. I love the system. I use it every day. Look, it's on right now. I use this every day. I have no idea what percentage this is at, what that's at, or what that's at, right? So I'm under the gun of guessing, well, should I hook up solar to that, or that? You know, if you just go this way, it'll balance it eventually, but that's where the power meter gets goofy. Now, notice that this system, the new and improved one, it has them all, look at 70, 62, 63. Now, these will eventually balance as the system needs more. It takes time to balance the system, guys. Normally, you want to do it within 10%. Remember, we just literally took this out of the box a few hours ago. We have not charged it much at all. Very, very little, just to see if the charging would work. But notice that you have the voltage here. How much draw is, see, that's drawing 1.1 amp from that system, 0.4 amps from that system, which that's the top one. That's number 1, and then the bottom one's number 2. This is so fantastic. And then here's the temperature, 20 degrees Celsius, 19 and 17. That way you could actually see how that went down? Because that's the one you're pulling from right now. You're not pulling from this or this a little bit, but you're mainly pulling to this. And that way you can see the actual temperature, so you know if your battery cells are in trouble or not, or if they're not charging properly. That's cool. Let's see if we can click on either one. Okay, you can't, but just that you can see these, awesome. Because if you plug in something here, and say you only have, say you have two arrays, right? You have two arrays. You want to go here one, and then one of the batteries. Well, you'd obviously plug in the array of the battery that has less power. So over time, like I said, this will balance out. And notice it says host up here. So that alone, guys, there's, man, I can't say it enough, guys. I'm sorry. There is so many updates to this system. I just wish it had that extra 500 watt hours that I lost from the E1500LFP in here or more. But, you know, beggars can't be choosers because you get all the extra stuff inside, like the app and all the fancy, the charging, and just everything extra that you get. Better cables. I mean, I can't even, man, if I made a list, it would be 20 plus things just on the top of my head. Okay, so that's the battery packs, guys. So that's awesome. So from the other room, I know that the overall system, which was, what is it, 70? Let's look again. So it's 70. It's got to check it here. Here, see, so 69, 61, and 60. So notice they're starting to balance a little bit, right? This one is probably charging this one, or vice versa. But eventually that'll all probably be the same, and I'll come back to the video and see if that's all the same later. But 69, 61, 63 as it balances. Okay, so what else do we got in this little bad boy? This is the first time I've ever used the app too, so I have no knowledge of the app or what to expect at all, so that's good. Here's your alarm records, guys. It looks like there's a little alarm right there, so I'll click it. Okay, no, this is ready for if there, so like say you had an error, like if say I popped the DC or the AC, it'd show up here, and that way you can go back and you can see, oh, you know, hey, I had a problem and this is what it was, and I won't do that no more. This is unbelievably fantastic, guys. So for a guy that doesn't read manuals very much, I'm not a fan of manuals, guys. Let me put a little light on this system here. For a guy, sorry about this light. I know it's just, it's dark in here, guys. There's really nothing I can do. I got to get more lights in here in this shop. If you lose this, okay, if you lose this, or if you're out and about and you took this in your RV or whatever, and you want to have knowledge of something that you forgot, you click this button, and boom, look at that, it's loading, and you have the entire owner's manual PDF form. Now, what I do, guys, is anyone who's followed this channel knows that any system that I've tested and actually have in my workshop, I upload the digital version on a video. That way people can like find something if they needed it. But look at that. That's the entire manual, start to scratch, probably in many languages too. Yep. So that's Chinese or Japanese. So many different languages, you know, something for everybody. That's cool because now you don't have to carry this around. If you lose it, whoop-de-ding, you got it right here. That's awesome. You can never lose it now. It's digital. And if you lose it again, you download the app and there it is again. So let us, you got okay, so you got input output settings. Oh my God, this is something I'm looking at, very curious here. So here's your settings for your voltage here, guys. As I said, you don't want to monkey with this, guys. This is the voltage, 120 volts. Don't change it. As you see up here, you got 119, 60 hertz, 120, 60 hertz. That'll bounce depending on, you know, if you use the energy. And here's your voltage of your battery pack. So, and that's just by tapping this button. This changes, that button, that changes. So that's cool that those are hidden in there, but they're very nice to have that extra energy. Extra settings that you can see in real time, because, you know, that helps. It's like gauges on a car. The more gauges you have, the more comfortable you feel driving that car. Okay, so now you go back, and then this is the big one now, guys. This is the system settings. Now, this is the one where you're going to have probably the most important stuff that you need. So here you have no operation automatically reduce the brightness. So all you have to do is click that. Okay, that's going to turn off. And guys, guess what that just did? You know how I had to keep messing with this on the E2000LFP? Pain in the butt. What I just did by clicking that simple button there is I turned off the auto turn off of this screen. I don't have to touch it anymore. This will stay on until I choose to turn it off again. Very cool when you're doing reviews and you want to leave this on so you don't have to keep hitting the button. If you guys go back to my old videos, you will see I'm literally hitting that button over and over every 10 or 15, 20, 30 seconds just to keep the screen on so you can see what we're doing in real time. Unbelievably awesome. And notice we're not charging, guys. I'm literally using it. I'm drawing out 73 watts right now, right out of the box. We charged it possibly a minute or two, and that was it, just to see, you know, make sure that it all turned on in the unboxing and everything. You know, just to test stuff, you know, like a quick test. We'll do full test later. But everything is running. We still got about 43 here 50 hours. Notice that this just reset, probably like, you know, all Wi-Fi, it'll drop from time to time because that's Wi-Fi, guys. That's the game with Wi-Fi. My router is in the other part of the building, so hopefully it's worked so far. But I'm going to use this offline, guys. I'm not going to use the Wi-Fi anymore. I believe this either talks to the Wi-Fi, or maybe that comes on when it needs to talk to Wi-Fi. I don't know. You do not have to have the Wi-Fi set up to use the system, but you do have to have the Wi-Fi set up and the app if you want to do the options. That's a big thing for the main options. Like, look at the screen didn't turn off now. So if you don't need that, great. Here's the brightness. Now notice I can go down to 5, right? And then, okay, so hold on. So we got to confirm it. And now notice that this will probably go real dim. Let's see, it's loading here. Like I said, we're doing this in real time, guys. So if there's any oopsies or headaches, you'll see it in real time. Maybe I have to turn that back on, but I'll let it do what it's doing. I don't want to interrupt it here. Brightness here, let's see here. Okay, so brightness of the screen is 5. So, okay, so here, see how much it went down? So now it's, oh yeah, okay, so you can't have this on or off if you're going to change that. So it had to adjust that. So let's go back to 100%, and then you confirm it, and now it'll load that. And then see how it went right away, guys? And then here, no operation. So basically when you do that one, and that turns on, let's see, my fingers, I don't know if my fingers worked here. Loading, okay, there you go. My fingers don't work on phones sometimes, guys, it's weird. Okay, so I can't remember if it's on, it stays on, I think, or if it's on, it shuts off. We'll wait just a second and see what that does in real time, and if it dims down. So that way, if you don't want this so bright, guys, drop it down, save some power, a little bit of power. It's not much, but save what you can. There it goes. See it dim down. How awesome is that, right, guys? It sits in the background all the way down. This looks a little bit, maybe it's the same. It looks just a hair less dim than the E1500 LFP over there. But that could be the lighting in my shop. It always messes with lighting on filming and cameras and stuff, guys. Okay, so basically if you turn this off, then it stays on all the time. Now I'll do that for the remaining of this. Notice it clicked right back on, guys, so it'll stay at 100%, or you can drop that anywhere between 5 and 100%. Okay, device name, so you can change that again if you want. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this out, and then you hit confirm. Now notice it just went to E1500LFP. I didn't like that extra thing because I think that's part of the serial number. So I got rid of that, and now you just have the system. So there you go, the system. And then it's going to load it again. It takes a second. And then what we'll do is we'll try the app. There, everything's back 72s. So there is a little bit delay, guys, and that's to be expected with Bluetooth or Wi-Fi, is you have a little display. Now it's almost right. Now it's off. I think that this is more bouncy than this is. It seems like this is more accurate, or it's a little bit delayed of that one. So, as in time with the testing, I'll check that. I personally, I don't need, it would be nice. I don't need 100% real-time output, which would be nice. I think, like, let's see, let's wait for it to check. Okay, 78. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so yeah, so yeah, this is a little bit off than this. Okay, so it's 77 here and 75 here, but this goes up and down. So 2 meters are normally never the same. They should be the same, but I like I always do, full disclosure, I always show everything. See, 76, it was 76. At least it's close, guys, so you can see. It should be accurate, 100%. I agree with that. But now you at least have a way to know what's going out with your system from the other room, whether it's output or input. Maybe you got to be on the output one. Hold on, maybe it refreshes better on the output. 77. Nope, still there's a little bit delay there, guys. This says 77, that says, oh, there's 77. Or it's possible. Let's see if this goes to 78. Let's see, nope, 72. Okay, so obviously there's a little bit of discrepancy between the meters. That's to be expected. I've never seen 2 meters that were 100%, but they're very close, and that's what matters. They should be perfect, though. See, it says 76, that said 78. but very close, and I think that's within acceptable parameters of the system. Just like I said, where you can actually know what this is doing from the other room. So that's cool. I'm very happy about that. Okay, so we did alarm records, input, and now we'll go back to system settings again. We changed the device name. The brightness we're going to leave. I'm going to turn that off as soon as this is done. And now you have device sharing management. What that is, guys, is if you give a friend this QR code, if they scan it with their phone, it'll go directly to the system so they can also adjust the system if they need. So you could have the code on yours, the app, and you can have your wife or your husband, and they have an app, and then you can both control it from either phone, and that way you don't have to go hunting each other down and finding each other's phone or whatever. So that's nice. If you want to get up in the morning, you want to turn on the DC for whatever reason, or turn on the AC, you know, whatever you're going to do with it, you can do it from the app, and that's cool. That's cool. That way you can, or shut it down. At the end of the night, you want to shut it down. You know, say you have it outside, you want to shut it down, and boop, you hit the button, it's done. So that's cool. That's cool. And watch out for your pals that want to play jokes on you guys. If they get that code, they can mess with your system, and then you think you're having problems. So that's, I could see my buddies already doing that, so watch out for that. And then the last one is unbind device. So basically what that does, friendly reminder, if you unbind the device, this app will no longer work and function with this system until you reset it up through the app Wi-Fi thing. Now, why that's important, guys, there's a huge thing. Two reasons that I can think of, top of my head, of why that's unbelievably important. One is if you ever get a system like this, I don't care who it's from, Bluetti, whoever, and they have an app, Pecron, whoever, and if someone's phone is binded to the machine, if you purchase it secondhand, you will not be able to bind your phone to that machine unless you get some kind of a reset code. Like with Bluetti, you have to email them and they have to give you a reset code. So always think of that if you're going to purchase one of these used. Like say somebody bought one and they binded their phone and they're like, yeah, I want a bigger system, I want a whatever. And if you buy it used, make sure 100% that you can link to it before you buy it. That goes along with electric bikes too. We learned that the hard way. If you buy a used electric bike, or try, even if you test drive electric bike and you put your phone to it, that means the next person, if you don't unbind it, will never be able to bind to that bike or the power station. So very important, guys. So unbind this. If you're going to sell it secondhand, unbind, be nice, unbind your device. Okay, so that's pretty much the whole system, guys. Very, very straightforward, very simple. This is probably as cut and dry simple as possible. I'm going to try one more thing. Now that we have the batteries 100% where they're supposed to be, as far as the little serially number things, it's basically one number. So it's really, I wouldn't, they call it a serial number, guys. I just call it a number. It's one number. I have enough wire here. So what we're going to do is, if I can do this in real time, I'm trying here. Let me see if I can get this all lined up here. Okay, we have this. Okay, and then let me go a little further here. Is this enough here? Let me see. Okay, there. So what I'm going to do is open this. I'm going to plug this in, and you're going to see in real time now we can charge all the batteries. So let's see what's going on in the system. Hopefully you can see this, guys. I'm trying to put it where you can all see it. Okay, so notice that power is coming in, guys. Now, notice that delay. That delay was about 2 or 3 seconds. But notice 1360, 1366, 1367. So it's not far off, guys. It's pretty accurate. It's like I said, it's very hard to get 2 meters to agree unless they're absolutely calibrated perfectly, which are very expensive, like what's that called, flukes and stuff like that. You got to get good equipment. This is just, you know, regular run-of-the-mill shunts and stuff. But notice that the fans kicked on. We're pulling in 1380 watts. Guys, that's a ton of power from the wall. One cord, no box, no brick, no nothing. And then so now you hear 1,700, 1,370. I'm ballparking it. 1370 coming in. We have 75 going out. That's about what we got. It's very close. Now the nice thing is, up here, it'll say, like, if the system was off, there'd be a timer here telling you basically what this says. This says that full charge time is 2 hours and 6 minutes. That means that obviously charging from the wall in 2 hours and 6 minutes, the system should be at its fullest while you're still using 70 watts. So this alone, like I said, is much better accuracy than the E1500 LFP. But like I said, it's still running over there, guys. I don't goof around. I love that system. That's my first big system, and I'm going to stick to it. I'm going to use both of these side by side. I'm going to split my loads, and I'm going to put on this one. I'm going to put the fridge and freezer on this one, and I'm going to put my tools on that one. And now we have 15,000 watt hours of power whenever you have either outage or a problem, or just average every ordinary day. I have 4 arrays of solar panels. I'm going to put 2 on this bad boy, and I'm going to put 2 on this one, and they can work together. And with the extra ones, I could probably get, like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could get 7 arrays of solar panels. Holy crapzilla, you need a whole nother backyard for that, guys. But notice the UPS is on here, guys. So now that you have your safety for your uninterruptible power supply. So if I just yank this bad boy out, it goes right over. And what we'll do is we'll try it in real time, guys. Notice we're pulling 70 watts. That's the security system, and possibly a very small TV in the other room for the security system. But if I yank this out, guys, watch this. Bam. Look at how quick it went over there, guys. My security system, I didn't hear it beep in the other room. That means that it had a quick enough reaction time to leave. Otherwise, that security system would have died instantly because there's no battery backup on those things. Or on ours anyway. It's a straight power. So once you yank the power, you're done. You lose all your power. So we put this bad boy back in there. Notice that the fans, guys, if I were to put like a decibel rating, I would probably say anywhere between, just guessing off my ears, I've been a sound guy a long time, I would say it's roughly 70, 75 decibels at the absolute most, and that's within maybe a foot away. Maybe it's about 50 or 60 from about 5 or 6 feet away. So it's loud, but not overbearing. You know what I mean? Like if you had this in the corner of your room, I don't think it would bother you. You know, in the summertime, you have a fan on, right? And, you know, the fan, it's not overbearing, but you can hear it's there. So obviously you can hear that in the background. Here's 64%. 64% here. Let's turn up everything. Now notice that the voltage dropped down. It's obviously because we're pulling in a ton of power, so this will fluctuate until it gets back to the batteries, or it's totally full. 60 hertz, 54.1. I don't know the finish because, like I said, it's a new system, so I don't know much about it. But look at that, we're pulling in. The cord is not hot. You can feel that there is some amperage going through there. You can feel that there's a little tiny amount of heat compared to this one. Obviously, this one's ice cold. This one is, I would say, lukewarm or room temperature. Okay, so we're back. And like I said, that voltage will jump all over the place, guys, when you're charging either solar or from the wall. That'll go up or down. And then once it's fully set system, full, then that should settle on 120 volts and then be all good. But we're testing that, right? That's what these tests are for. So on here is, I can go in the other room, right? See 2 hours, 1 minute. And now look at, I have access to all this. This is unbelievable, vital information if I was in the other room. Now here I can hit this DC button. Look at this bad boy. Boom, I just turned on the DC outputs over here with a push of a button from the other room. This is the first official Pecron device that has an app. I have 2 other systems. You guys know I have the EV3A from Bluetti, and I have the AC2A, which is Bluetti, and they both have apps. And I wasn't a fan of apps, guys, but I'll be honest, they are winning me over. They really are. So while this is still charging, what we're going to do is we're going to try, and I'm going to turn off the Wi-Fi of this bad boy. Let that, actually, here, let me turn off the long way here. Let me turn this off here. Let me hide the Wi-Fi. Okay, so the Wi-Fi is off here. Let me close down everything. So everything's shut down. This thing is acting weird. The Wi-Fi is off. I'm pretty sure I just turned it off. Yep, see, the Wi-Fi is off. So this app is obviously having a bad day. This one up here, so I don't pay attention to it no more. It's obviously off. You saw it in the settings. This is just some kind of a quick thing that I thought that I used just so I could see it, but obviously it's having problems, so I got to get a new app. Okay, so you go back to the power stations, and then you have the Pecron. Now notice, remember, I'm offline now, guys. I don't know if this is online, and I'll check this in a minute on my system, and we'll see if, and now notice this is online. So we're going to see if this is actually communicating with Pecron right now in real time, or it's not. So hopefully what I can do is I'll be able to test that with her phone. Hey, Miss Ramblin Bob, can I use you again with your phone, please? Yeah, with your phone. Okay, so she can see on our ATT. We have fiber optic cable, fiber optic internet. It's very fast, guys. I highly recommend it. And she can see who is on our network with a push of a button. But she's the computer guy over there. So here, now remember, we're offline with this thing. This is just the Bluetooth. And notice that the output is going, and there's your input just kicked on. So let's see. See, it says 1400, 1389, 1389. So it's pretty accurate. Okay, so Mr. Ramblin Bob is here. So what I wanted to try, if you could check the Wi-Fi, like who's on, and we're gonna see what it's listed as far as what, because we know what systems are our tablets and everything. So that's cool. That's cool. The systems are charging. Hopefully, if I can show this in real time, guys, I'm gonna try to.
Oh yeah, you're.
Is the Pecron there?
I think so.
Okay, well let me.
It says there's a new one on here.
Okay.
Careful, don't.
Okay, so I can't show you all the codes, everything, guys, but here's the desktop. Here's Miss Ramblin Bob. Here's my Lenovo, Chromecast. There's Samsung, and then what is this down here?
It says new, so that
Okay,
might be you.
so can I click on that?
You did already.
Okay, so is there anything that's like
No.
other than the code, right? The MAC address. Okay, so we'll hide the MAC address, guys. This is what we believe it's this system that shows up. And what I'll do is we'll test this in real time. We're gonna turn this off and see if this goes away. Other than that, this system is hooked to the internet right now with or without your phone. So that's just a heads up, guys. If you don't want to hook this to the internet, you don't have to, but then you don't have real-time app control unless it's hooked to the internet, I believe. So that's, you know, something to be aware of, guys, because some people don't like the internet. I'm not a fan of the internet, but it says online. Can I can't bump it here. I can pause the Wi-Fi, pause internet to this device. So see, so I can reactivate it, right?
I don't know. I've never tried that before.
All right, so we're gonna try something, and if it breaks in real time, you'll see it in real time. So this is ADT, fiber optic, and this is like a command center for everything that's hooked to our grid, if you will, our Wi-Fi network. So if I hit pause Wi-Fi, I want to see. We're gonna pause it for, what do you think, 30 minutes?
Yeah.
All right, so we have to wait 30 minutes, guys.
Maybe.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna see. That's going to pause it, and we're going to see if that drops. If that drops, that means...
Oh, you can hit a resume button. Okay.
Yep, okay, so you can resume it. Okay, so we'll see what this does, if this flashes, if it loses it, and then we're going to try it. Now, if that... Now, like I said, if that is this, right? Being that it says new, we're just assuming because we're learning... Oh, did I hit the button? I sure did. I'm sorry. Okay, so let's pause for another 30 seconds.
I got a notification saying something new is added to your Wi-Fi too, so I'm assuming that's it.
Okay, so we got a notification on the Wi-Fi that this is new, and
the device was added recently.
Yep, and obviously on the bottom it's got all, you know, the MAC address and the speed and everything, guys. But you know, I can't show you that, unfortunately, because that's obviously, you know, an easy way to hack somebody. So we won't do that. There's your profile, more. What is this here? Nothing. Okay, we're just looking. So it is paused now, but we're gonna go here. Now the neat thing, guys, is since you hooked this to the Wi-Fi already, if you can block or pause this indefinitely and still use the app, that's a perfect situation for me. That would be absolutely perfect, because guys, I don't want this on the internet all the time, right? I don't. I want it on my Bluetoothy phone thing, but I don't want it on the Wi-Fi. So this is paused, and we're going to see if... yeah, I need more hands, Miss Ramblin Bob. If you want to hold this one. All right. So if you come here, and then we can work together here. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I'll go to Pecron. Now, notice that here, I'll start everything over, right? There's 100% over. There's nothing here. There's nothing on. The Wi-Fi, guys, is not on. This says it's paused.
Yeah.
Okay, and then this connection, obviously, see the Wi-Fi not on. Okay, so close all that. This is a brand new regular tablet phone, if you will. Even though this is goofy, it says it's on. It's not on. So we're going to power stations. We're going to go to Pecron. Okay, I'm sitting on the floor, so I'm uncomfortable. Now notice it says online, guys.
No.
Oh, wait, look at...
It says offline.
Oh, look at that. Okay, so It says offline, but let's see if we can access it without it being on the internet, because that's what I do not want. I don't want this system to be on the internet so it talks to Pecron or anybody for any time. Let's see if I click it and let's see if it activates. Okay, device connection failed. So obviously you cannot use this system, guys. This is a huge thing for some people, guys. You cannot use the app or the goodies unless, watch that resume, that'll pop back on, and then it'll say online here. So here we're back online. Let's wait for the little what have you to pop up. That's a big thing for some people, guys. That some people don't like to put their stuff on the internet.
Don't forget that phone's not online either. And does it have to be?
No, because it should click through the Bluetooth now.
Okay.
So
oh, I didn't know.
yeah.
Sorry.
So what we'll do is we'll click it again and see if it refreshes it. Maybe it'll refresh that system. Okay, device connection failed, which means it's still
Bluetooth on your phone.
Yeah, it's probably still trying to get back to the Wi-Fi here.
Is your Bluetooth on your phone? Like
yeah, I'm pretty sure that's on here. Okay. Let me see. Let me get rid of that.
I want to make sure.
Let's go to Bluetooth here. See, this is why I don't like apps, guys. Yep. This is the biggest thing. Okay, now does that say it's on here?
Oh, don't pause. Yeah.
Oop. Okay, so it is on.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, here. So we're gonna start over. Matter of fact, you know what I'll do here, guys? I'll reset the entire phone. I'll power down. Okay, let that reset. This is a what is this? A Samsung Galaxy A10e. Yeah, A10e. It's an old phone, guys, that we don't need anymore, so we turned it into a tablet, and we use it for, let's turn it back on. We use it for, like, drones and, you know, things like that. And now these apps. Yeah, there you go, A10e Galaxy. So, just an old, cheapy phone. You can find these for 20, 30 bucks on the internet. And don't use it as a phone, just use it as a tablet. I love doing that. Okay, so, do you think this is online here now, guys? The Wi-Fi didn't come back on. So that's a big thing. So maybe I have to turn the Wi-Fi back on and activate it to click back online.
Probably.
Okay. Well, that's a big thing, guys. That could be a deal breaker for a lot of people. Is in order to use the app all the time,
or
this has to be that I know of. I'll read more in the instruction booklet and see. Okay, let's try it again here. Let's turn on.
The Wi-Fi on the phone too.
Now I'm going to turn on just. We're going to do the Bluetooth first, and then we'll turn on the Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Okay, so Bluetooth is on, airplane mode. I don't know if that's got to be on or not, but it worked before, so that's a weird thing. Okay, so we're going to take Pecron, okay. Let's see. Okay, it says offline. And then you click it, and now it should say not found or device not connected or whatever. Okay, device connection failed. Please exit this interface and re-enter. Please confirm whether the machine is turned on and the signal is stable. So, what we would do, guys, is to reactivate this, we would hold these down, and this is probably where people are losing it, because remember, we paused it from the system, not this system, from the actual network. So if you hold these two down, okay, that'll reset the box. Notice that the system didn't turn off, guys. And then now you should see that thing see? Okay, so notice that popped back up here, guys, right? And now if you click this button, maybe it'll jump back on. Like I said, we're testing this. Okay, device failed. So maybe it reset, so now you have to add it again. So let's see, let's add a device. Detect nearby devices, let's see. Oh, wait, we paused it for 30 minutes. Oh, guys, yeah, so maybe...
We unpaused it, though, it says online.
Yeah, but does it unpause right away? We don't know. It says online there?
Yep.
Okay.
I can check, I can go back and see if it's...
Yeah, it says, so can you delete this? How do you delete this? Oh, here, so one are selected. Oh, and then you can delete it. So we're going to delete the whole system, guys, and start over. Oh, yep, see, network error. Okay. So then, obviously, remember, this Wi-Fi is not on.
Yep.
So in order to access that again, guys, you have to use, and like I said, this could be a big deal breaker for a lot of people. I don't like being online all the time with my system. I never did, and I never will. So I turn on my Wi-Fi again. Okay. And then here I gotta connect to my Wi-Fi. I had to, you know, because it's got the code in there, guys. I had to hide that, okay? Okay, so we're going back to the system. Now the Wi-Fi is on. You go back to the Pecron.
Now it'll work.
And now it should work. But remember, I have to add a device again. Oh, look at that. It found it, guys. So it's already. Let me click it. Let me see what that does.
It says it offline.
Yeah, see? Well, no, device failed, okay? So let's see. Let's delete this one here. Yep. See, the apps is where the headaches come from, guys. Okay, so add a device, nearby devices. There you go, right there. Okay, so notice that even though, oh, I gotta hit the plus sign, guys. Yeah. Okay, so even though we're gonna do this one next, okay, so that'll go online. Had to hide the password again, guys. Matter of fact, we're gonna change the password after this, just in case we got one of those online. Yeah. It's talking to the system. You want to keep it close, connected. And there you go. It's connected.
And we're online.
Okay, so guys, that is a very huge thing here. I'm going to change this again, guys. Let's see here. Let's go device name, and then we're going to go. Oh boy, what did I do?
I don't know.
You know, it was easier. Oh, here. It was easier to do it in the system app settings. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set everything the way I had it a minute ago, because remember, I just deleted the entire thing, and what that did is show you how to reset it in case something were to happen. So here, you're charging still 68%. We got mad electricity coming in. This is just getting a little lukewarm now. No, we should be good for that, because now we know it's online. Yep. Once you get your system set up the way you want, if you don't want to use the app, guys, all you do is you just reset this. It'll lose the connection to your internet, and then just don't use the app if you don't want to use internet, guys. I like the app, so I might leave it set up. I don't know, in the future, I could see Uncle Sam charging you because they know you're getting free electricity. So I could see something like that coming. Couldn't you see something like that? Yep. Yeah, you got 7 kilowatts today. We're charging 40 cents. That I could see coming. Okay, so we're going to set this up. The UPS is on right here. Input, output is all fresh. That's good. We're going to turn up the DC, guys, because, you know, we have it on because why? We don't need it. So we'll go back to here. Here's the battery pack details. Excuse me. Now notice that says charging, charging, charging. So 79%, it's doing this one first. But remember, before you put them all together, guys, I recommend doing 100%, 100%, 100%. Otherwise, it has to balance them the old-fashioned way, which that's what it's doing. But notice, it is charging at 8.7 amps, 8.1 amps, and 9.5 amps. That's a ton of amps, guys. Holy cow. This is getting the bulk of it, though, because obviously it's going to the main system, and then it's feeding in the rest. So it's probably getting 9.5 amps through the main, and then out of that, it's giving up to 8 amps on the batteries. And then here's your, yeah, see, notice that this was hotter because you're using it, of course. I think the batteries then, can you get a power brick and a USB charge just so I can plug this bad boy in, just to make sure, guys? And then I'll reset this. Okay, here's your battery alarms. We didn't have any of those bad boys. Here's your user manual again. Here's input output settings. We can change the name again. Let's see. So we don't want any of that, okay? And then the settings is all the way down here. And then Miss Ramblin Bob's going to get a, here's the device name. Let me plug this in if I could get a USB.
Yeah, I'm looking for one right now.
Okay, maybe is that one right there that you just had?
No, I think it's a C. We don't need a C, right? It doesn't work with C?
That's a C, that's what I need, that's what I asked for. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Come and hold the phone, please.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we're gonna take this, okay. We're gonna take out that. I just wanted to say E1500LFP. So guys, if you're gonna rename it, it's easier that way. We're going back, we'll plug this in here, babe. If you wanna hold that one.
Yep.
I'll take this off here, open it up. Hopefully if I don't stop the camera. I did this before and I stopped the darn camera. Simple thing because, you know, you push the button on accident. We'll plug this in. I don't know if the battery's dying, that's why it's flashing, but just in case I wanna have extra energy. Okay, it's doing so. Maybe that's just, okay, so it was blinking, I didn't know why. So I just wanna make sure we didn't, you know, like die during this.
It's tired.
Yeah, this review. I think that means that you're recording the blinking.
Oh.
Okay, so we'll go back to the system settings, guys. We changed the name again. Remember, that's how easy it was. And remember, I made a mistake live on the video, and you saw how quick I was able to fix it and what I did to fix it. So that's helpful if someone else has that problem. Because other people were saying they had, I think we had 1 or 2 people that asked, you know, how do you hook up the Wi-Fi, and they were having trouble. Guys, it's easy once you know how. That's the trick, once you know how. Here's the name, unbind device, okay. That's advanced settings. So that's it, guys. Is that system settings? Yep, so you're basically done. There's your brightness if you want, the off, on, and all that stuff. And now I'm going to put this back on. Remember, I'm going to put it so this dims, save a little bit of power here. And now the nice thing, guys, is now this is the powerful thing of the app. If we were let's say we were at work one day, right? This is the one good thing about, and I'm not a fan of the Wi-Fi, but here's where it could come in handy, guys. You know right now your system is at 69%. Hold the jokes for later. So 69% the system. What if we were at work possibly, what, let's say 1,000 miles away, right? We're all the way California, some craziness, right? All the way New York, or wherever you are in the city, or in the world for that matter, and you have access to the internet. You don't need that internet, you just need any internet.
Oh.
And now all you have to do is hop online, open the app, it'll look for this because this is still connected to the internet. So you're finding the app, which is your code, through the internet, and then you can see from at work, hey, look at our solar. Look at a battery pack. We're getting some good solar in. Yeah, buddy. Well, once it gets done, there you go. 81%, 66, 68. So obviously the energy is flowing through the main system first. 81%, and here 54. I wish I could. I don't think we can do the video that long, but I'd love to see this finish.
Can I ask a question?
Yep. Go ahead.
Since we're here, so. This is what the main one's at, that's what the battery's at, that's what the battery's at, right?
Yep. So,
and then, so like the combination of those is that one?
Yeah, there you go. So if you took all these and divided it by 3, that's how you figure out the average. So if you had 100 batteries, right, you take all the numbers and you divide it by 100, and that gives you the average of all the batteries. So in this case, we only have 3. But this is nice, guys. It tells you what the battery cells are at, right? So there's your over temp. Now notice that this went down, so that's nice. It saved extra power. But notice this is at 68. So once they get to 100%, I'm expecting, and I'll do more videos in the future, that the system will drop equally. It's charging that's weird because, like I said, we hooked them up with 3 different voltages just to see what would happen. Because 90% of people, probably 99% of people, are just going to get these darn things, the average user. They're going to open these darn things. They're going to click them together, jam them together, and start charging, which the system is not really designed for that, guys. It's designed to be within a certain parameter, which 82 to 66 is a huge difference, right? So once it gets full, it'll probably say 100, 100, 100, and then 99, 99, 99, but we have to test that. But I want to do everything like this was the first solar system we ever bought, because that way the people that are watching this videos, which is all the new video viewers and our new subscribers to the channel, welcome guys for subscribing.
Hello.
They can learn, because all of us had to start somewhere, and if we start at the advanced level, the guys and ladies that are going to start, they're going to get lost, and there's nothing worse than being frustrated with electronics. You want to talk about throwing something against the wall? The phones, guys, the VCR with the blinking clock. That's so frustrating for us older generation folks, because we do not like learning new technology. So we're very, very, what's the perfect word? Stubborn. I think that's a very, guys, when we get older, we get stubborn. We don't want to go back to college and learn these textbooks. You know, when you look at an instruction manual for a lot of stuff, guys, this is very small, very small. But you look at instruction manuals for some stuff that I bought over the years, like a DMX board. Oh my God, you want to talk about frustration. You get somebody that's 50 years old and up to learn how to use a 512, this is a 192, but like a 192 DMX channel with all these buttons, you will see somebody's head turn red in seconds, because it is so frustrating to teach that technology to us older generations. Oops, I dropped my battery. Let me plug this back in, guys. Give me 1 second here. Okay, they're plugged back in. I'm an all-in-one guy here. I can do everything myself here. Miss Ramblin Bob took off to chase the cat. Okay, so 83%, 67%, 69. So notice that they're getting more balanced here, but this one's still taking the cake, because remember, this was already at 70%, way ahead of the rest. But notice the 71% as a total of all of it. Now, when you draw energy, obviously it's going to draw from the highest voltage first, But what I'm hoping to in later ones is test to make sure that they all drop equally. That's a big thing. If the batteries drop equally, that's so much better for the battery cells, and you don't have like this one getting more cycles than the rest. But the neat thing is you can see the health of the battery right away. Like if this thing didn't have good voltage, you can see that, guys. That's helpful. It doesn't show you the actual individual cells. I wish it would show you that. Have them all listed, but it doesn't show you that in depth. And maybe this, remember, this is the first flipping app that they have. This company's brand new to the market with this stuff. You know, they're not old guys. They haven't been around like Bluetti has. Or maybe that as long, but definitely not as long with apps. Bluetti is much more advanced with the apps. There's other EcoFlow is much more advanced with the apps. But guys, you got to give them a break here. It's their first app. They're learning. And you know what? For the first app, it's simple, straight to the point. And us old timers, if you will, we can learn a lot quicker without getting frustrated. Because nothing, like I said, nothing is more frustrating than trying to figure out how to use this darn technology. The one thing I know ahead of time, which will be in the review later in the test, that once this hits 80%, guys, this drops down from 1400 watts to 800 watts max input here, but you can still bring in, I believe, 400 and 400, so you can still bring in 1600 watts total if you wanted to, from solar on the other two. And it does that for a reason, is it doesn't want the battery cells to fill too fast. And you know, that's a good thing. That's, believe me, that's a good thing, because the less you beat up these battery cells, the more cycles and the longevity of life longevity that you would have with your battery cells. So there's so many things I want to test on this, guys. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy to have this system. I'm privileged to have this system. I worked a lot of extra hours this year so we could afford this. Like I said, this is not a sponsor review, even though I will list this as a sponsor review because I do like Pecron machines myself. I have a whole room full of them now. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 11, 12, 13, 14. I have like 14 or 15 Pecron products in this room itself. So that is one of my favorite systems. My 3, for the record, are Pecron, Bluetti, and VTOMAN for the car jumping capability thing. Unbelievably cool. Let's go back to the battery packs here. See now, 72. So you can see it's charging hecka fast, guys. Hecka fast. 84, 68, 70. So notice that these are kind of catching up a little bit to that one, but we'll see when it's done. And then obviously when it gets up, because remember this has UPS, it'll filter through to the other ones and then balance them at 100% is what I'm expecting. But I don't know if I can go that long, guys, because this video would be hour and 30 minutes. So guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back in approximately an hour and 20 minutes and continue this one. For you guys, it'll be a second. For me, it'll be an hour and some time, because I don't want to have this video an hour and a half, because even that's a lot of rambling for me. So here, details. What's details? Oh wait, there's something more I didn't see here, guys. Oh, okay, so that's details of the battery pack. So basically, the charging here is the same as hitting the battery pack. So this view details is the same as hitting the battery pack. So you can get it either way. I thought maybe there was something I didn't see, but very cool, guys. Look, see 85, 68. So this is definitely going up first, guys. And I think because it has to filter through. The lights are definitely blinking. Let me see if I can possibly get this over here. Let me see if I can get this over here. All right, so as you can see, I don't know if I can get this perfectly over here, but notice that, and I'll put it sideways, guys. It'll be weird looking, but I'll put it sideways. Notice that it's synced and it's synced, right? That alone is worth the money over the E1500 LFP, because now you know that the darn lights are actually working, guys. Over time, no disrespect, I didn't give a darn what those lights said on the E1500 LFP. I just didn't care, because you know, half the times you don't know if it's working, half the times maybe it is working. It was so frustrating that I gave up. The batteries pack was doing what I needed to do on that system over there, obviously, so I left it alone and just didn't even mess with the lights. The only light that you really have to watch out for, guys, I've learned this not by problems, but just by common sense, is a very flashing red light like this means over voltage of the battery pack. So if you see that, that's the only warning that I personally would worry about. Love the cables, how they bend into position like that. That's fantastic. I can't wait to get the E3600 LFP. Like I said, we put money aside already for that system. That's going to be an expensive one, because you're buying 4 EP3000 72 watt hour battery packs. Those are probably anywhere between 1,000 and 1,300 each. And then the main system, I'm guessing, and it's only a ballpark, anywhere between, I'm going to say 2,000 and 2,500 is just my guess. I don't know what it's going to be, of course, because like I said, I don't work for Pecron. I just buy the technology. So, yep, so notice that all three of them are equally raising 1% each in a row. Like they're not really running away too much from each other, which means that once the batteries are completely balanced, I have a feeling they're going to start dropping together as a swimming pool. Notice that this one says 54.4 volts, 54.4 volts, and 54.5 volts. So notice that one went up 1/10 of a volt ahead of the other ones. So we'll see it in real time here and see. Let's see what it does here, guys. Let's watch it here. We're watching. Okay. So you got 0.5, 0.4, and 0.4. Hopefully you can see that. I wish I had a better filming rig. You know, as the channel grows and we kind of earn some extra money here to get the, you know, this technology is expensive, guys. Holy cow. You need like $1 billion to start like a real review channel. And, you know, we're trying. We're a small little mom and pop shop here trying to get something going here. And we really love the technology, so we're trying to help as many people as we can learn this stuff so they can enjoy their technology. Because when I first bought mine, guys, I didn't have any channels, man. No, like, no disrespect to Hobotech or Jason Oid or any of those guys or Reway, but when I went to the channels when I was first learning this stuff, or you know who's really intelligent with this stuff? Oh my gosh, what was his name? Will Prowse. You want to talk about an educated young fella. They were talking in terminology and lingo that I didn't have a clue. I felt so lost. Now I can follow what they're saying, but those are hard channels to be a beginner on because they are so advanced with the technology. And, you know, you know, next thing you know, the system's set up and you're like, wait a minute, I'm still trying to figure out where the chords go. That's hard for beginners. So we want to focus on beginners and intermediate people. I couldn't even think of the word, but we're definitely not a professional channel, guys. So if you're super advanced and you want to integrate into a home system and grid ties and all that stuff, we recommend either Jason Oid or Will Prowse and those guys, because, or Hobotech, they have so much more knowledge on this stuff that we're more of the beginner kind of channel. And mine are 100% in real time, and oh, here we're all the way up to like a 1,400 watts. So that's the 1409. That's the most I've ever seen come in so far, guys. So it definitely was able to do the 1,400. And this cable is just barely, just a hint of, not warm, but you can feel the temperature difference. Obviously, this is freezing, and this one is kind of a little bit more. If I were to guess a temperature, I would say maybe 90 degrees-ish. I don't know. You know what? Let me see. Hold on a second, guys. Let me unplug the battery here just for a second here. I got to run over here. All right. We got this little bad boy here. This is the trusty dusty it's definitely dusty. Trusty dusty temperature gun here. And now we can see the system in real time. I think this is very cool. So here, look at that. 74 degrees. What is that? That's nothing. That's nothing. I mean, it's 68 degrees in this room, and the system is 74 degrees. I'm pushing 1,400 watts through this bad boy, and I'm pulling out about 84. That's crazy for it to be that. Like, look at that. It's 74 degrees. Holy crapzilla. Let's walk around here. 73, 71. Let's get up here. 70. Guys, that's crazy. That's so crazy. Here, 70. I saw 75 in there. And obviously, you're going to get your heat here because, remember, this is where you're probably pulling a good 15 amps through this cable, possibly, or up to. So that's where your heat source is going to be. Oh, wait. I flip and put it to Celsius, guys. Oh, no. Here we go. Let me switch. Okay, Fahrenheit. There we go. I bumped the button. Hold on, let me go. There you go, Fahrenheit. Guys, I don't know Celsius. You got to bring out like a protractor and plus a chicken and minus a soda to figure out from Celsius to Fahrenheit. Across the pond, over this side of the pond. So here you got 86, 88 degrees. So you're not even 90. And, you know, my temperature of my hands, I've had frostbite a few times, guys. I can really tell the temperature of something when I touch it. I've got very sensitive hands now because of all the frostbite and things like that. I used to work out in the cold, and remember I said that this cord feels like about 90 degrees. And when you so here, let's get it off Celsius here, and notice that dang cord is 88 and 89 degrees, 90 degrees. That's darn close, guys. I should win like a trophy for that. So here, if I put it directly, hopefully if I can get it on there. Where's the cable here? Right there. Boy, it's hard. I gotta put it like that. So look at that, 89 degrees, guys. And I said it was 90, so I deserve a cookie for that, guys. I was 1 degree off, if this is even correct. But yeah, over time, guys, your hands, if you beat them up with the, you know, cutting down trees here, 91 I saw, that frostbite, guys, that's no joke. Don't play games with that. All right, let's do the rest of the system here. Get it off of crazy numbers here. So 81. Here's, I saw 90, what I said, 94 somewhere. Right there, okay, oh, look at that, 100. Okay, so obviously, yep, this is hot right here, guys, because the energy is going through here, and obviously this is the entire board, so it's running through there. So we have 100 degrees, but guys, that's nothing. Are you kidding me? A car runs at like 180 degrees, you know? So you have 100 degrees, and you're putting that kind of power in there. That's crazy. So right in this area is going to be your hot spot. Yeah, I thought I saw 100 in there. Yep, 104 right there. So right on the top of this, which is right above the fuse, which the energy is obviously going in, going through the fuse, and then into the system. So that's going to be your spike system here, which right there, it's 100 degrees. Guys, that's nothing. That's nothing. Here, 101. Nothing for electronics. 100 degrees. That can run 100 degrees all day, every day. Let's try up here. It's 85, 82. Here's the screen. That's always tough to read, guys. Screens are really tough to read. Here you have 72, 70. The battery packs, I'll just go like this and click it. Oh, wait. Oh, I see. Okay, so guys, my batteries are dying. That's why it keeps resetting. Yep, that's why. Yep. Because normally it stays on there. Yep. Okay, so the batteries in this bad boy are dying. I haven't used this in a while. That's why it was so dusty, guys. Don't forget to change your batteries in these things. Is this a 9-volt? What is this here? Let me see here. Okay, yep, a 9-volt, guys. And look at that garbage. That's a garbage battery. So I don't even have any 9 volts, guys. That's probably why I haven't used it in a while. But it lasted long enough to do this test here. But here is the 89%, 70, 73. So notice they're getting closer. This is still pulling away, but it's getting closer. So guys, I'm gonna pause the video again, and then I'll come back when it's like what kind of time frame we're looking at here. Yeah, look at hour 20 minutes. So I'll come back and I'll show you the 80% where it slows down. It's supposed to slow down, and then I'll show you the finalization of the system. This will be a very long review, of course, but like I said, I do things in real time so you can see there's no shenanigans here, no goofiness. If there's a problem, you see it live. All right, guys, I'll be right back. Hold on one second. Okay, guys, we are back again here. It just hit 90%. Now, I noticed it held the speed. Let me bring this back up. It held the speed, the input at about 1100 and something. I think it was 1114 or something like that, until it hit about 90%. Once it hit 90%, this significantly dropped down, and now you can see it's under 600 watts right here, guys. So if you look on the system, 90%, and then the amperage dropped down as far as the wattage input. So here we'll put the battery packs and we'll see what it's doing. All right, in real time. So one is 99, one is 87, and one is 90. So this will be the next one that's going to move up, because these are normally about 2% apart. But that's a kind of what it was when it first came in. They were about 10% off between the main system and the batteries. And like I said, I put them all together because I wanted to see what would happen, whether good or bad, if the system was that much different, rather than charging them all at the same time, because that's what people are going to do. They're going to buy the system, they're going to get it home, they're going to plug it all in, and they're going to just plug it in the wall. That's what they're going to do. And I want to see if the system can handle that, rather than charging them all to 100%, putting them together, and then, you know, going from there. So like I said, you'll see this one probably change next. This 87 will turn to 88. That'll stay at 90, and that'll stay 99, of course, because that's a finalization. But notice the amperage drop down, guys. So this was about 7, give or take, about 7 or 8 amps when it was fully charging, and now it dropped down to 3.2, 4.0, and 4.0. So you can see that they're starting to slow down to protect those battery cells from getting overpowered at the finalization of the last 10%. Now, I thought it would do that at 80% of the review that I saw, but remember, they could have prototype or first generation machines. The E1500LFP went through, I think, 2 or 3 generations there, possibly even more with the menu. So they definitely update stuff. And now this system, having this app, you can update the firmware so you don't have to be stuck with Generation 1. Like we were stuck with Generation 1. My system was a Generation 1, my E1500LFP. And many people for a year watched me, learn about it and everything without the option of updating it. So I took it upon myself to update my system if I could to Generation 2, at least the most that I could. It's great so far. But now this, you can do that without swapping the boards, or you know what I mean? Like, who wants to do that? So like I swapped my DC board, I swapped my MPPT controllers, I swapped my AC inverter to 120 volts. This one's already done, guys. So unless you have to change actual hardware one day, the updates make it so much easier. All right, so we're still waiting here. So remember, that was going to be the next one that changed to 88% here. And I'm trying to do it as much in real time as I can. I know I have cuts in this video, but God, this video would be probably 3 or 4 hours long if I didn't have cuts. So I just had to this time. But you can tell by the data that there's not much time in there. Maybe, I think I waited like 45 minutes or something like that, give or take. Maybe even possibly an hour, just so I can get it fully charged. And then hopefully that'll discharge at the same rate. But let's see if I'm right here. Let me see if I learned anything here. I wish I could put this somewhere, guys. Here, I'm charging. This is actually charging my my GoPro. So let me undo that here. Let me, I don't want to put it here because that'll cover the screen, right? Of course, it fits perfectly right there, but then it covers the screen. So you could still see the wattage, I guess. Here, let me clear it. Whoop, there it goes. Okay, so that's probably not probably a good idea for a phone there. All right, so let's put that up here. Let's put the notifications out of the way. Okay, so you can kind of see everything except the UPS, the Wi-Fi signal, the battery box thingy, the wireframe, and the percentage. But you can see all of that. I got to put it like that. So you can see all that mostly here. Now notice that dropped down to 54, 54, 54.1. So as it's tapering off, that voltage will drop and then the amperage will drop. And then you can still see the power coming in here. And then if you back up, you'll see that it's 90%. So we have all the information on this app. I wasn't a fan of apps, guys, but I'll tell you, I'm kind of being won over because the simplicity of this app is absolutely as easy and simple as I've ever seen. And I've only seen 2 or 3, so I'm not big into apps, obviously. But of what I learned, I thought Bluetti's was easy. This one is easy. The other thing I'd like to see in this app, guys, for an update would be really nice. What's this UPS here? Can I touch that? I can't. Okay, so the UPS sign just shows you that UPS is active, but you can't turn it off or nothing. It's on when it's hooked at a wall. I would like to see, other than those 2 things that I told you guys about, which is the if you look at the battery packs, pretty sure I recorded like 2 videos, but I don't know which one stayed. Oh, it's loading here. Let's see. Maybe it's too close. Yep. Okay. So wait, if it's too close, guys, obviously there's a communication problem. So you got to pull it away a little bit. I would like to see the voltage times the amp equal the watts over here, and I'd like to see this in Fahrenheit. But the other thing that I would like to see, and I got to remember, because I got so much going on in my head here, learning all this stuff. What was the other thing I wanted to do? Oh, the firmware. So if you back out of here and you go in this Me thing, and you click settings, notice that my name is set to Japanese. It says Ramblin Bob in Japanese. So we obviously have to fix that. If you change your name, it goes to Japanese. And then here to your device update, when you're hooked to the Wi-Fi, which I am now, if you have a update on here, it'll obviously tell you that right away. So that's nice. So no updates are needed. And then this is all like your push settings. So if you want to see all your notifications, like, if you have an alarm or a fault or a problem, it tells you. So that's cool. There was one other thing though that all the feedback. Here's a smart thing. I don't know what this is yet. It's a scene or a group. I still have to learn what that is. That's pretty cool. Maybe if you want to put a few systems in a group or something, I don't know. The scene. So when you create a scene, let's see what it does here. So icon, add a home name, and add a device. Okay. Oh, okay. I say. So you can set them up as a preset for, like, your this is my Pecron, and it goes to your home. So that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. I don't think I'll ever use that, but it's kind of cool. It's nice to be there. So I'll go back to the system. And there was one other thing while we're waiting for this thing to finish. Oh yeah, and then you got to go away. There you go. Let's see, 91%. So we're getting there. We're getting there. And let's see, battery details, wattage, input, output. Oh, I had one other thing I wanted to do, but I can't remember what it was, guys. Let's see, device sharing, name, device name. Okay, unbind device. Okay, so it's not there. Boy, I just, when you have an idea and it slips your mind that quick, guys, you don't want to change any of that stuff. I totally forgot what it was. The power factor is nice. That's here. So you click on the DC just by hitting the button. So it's the same as the Bluetti. It's very, very simplistic. I do like Bluettis. It has those little, I call them worms. You guys ever seen the Bluetti app where you have the worms that show the little things coming in, and then the ones going out? That's nice, because other than the numbers, you have to, you get to see it like in a visual, which is pretty cool. The output, notice the output is 74. Okay, guys, so we're at the end of the charging cycle here. As you can see on the phone, the host, the main system, is at 99%. Battery number 1 is at 96%, and battery number 2 is at 99%. So what I noticed is the input dropped down to about just under 600 watts input, but I noticed something really cool. Now I want to show you this, guys, before we finalize. Notice that the main system is taking in 1.5 amps, and the battery 1 is taking in 4.8 amps, and battery 2 is taking in 4.7 amps. Now, this is a really cool thing that makes this system stand out over the E1500LFP, and I'm still learning lots about it, but guys, I really like a lot of what I learned so far. Okay, so if you remember, I used to charge the other system through the batteries, guys, right? We did a lot of charging through the batteries. So I want to show you something really cool. I'm going to let the system calm down here because we were putting a lot of power into it for a long time here, a couple hours. And now notice that this is using negative 0.6 amps, 0.7 amps, and 2.6 amps. And basically what that is the 99 is still trying to charge the other ones, of course. So it's still trying to balance. Once it's 100%, I think it'll be perfect. But you're still pulling out 132 watts, which is now the fridge kicked on, and the security system is on, and the TV's on, and a few other things. And then that one is basically just running my laptop and the light over there, which is like 30 watts. So we have 80 hours of battery. That you wouldn't buy a system like that for that. But when I use my tools, I have plenty of power now, and I put the essentials on one system, which is the security, the TV, and the Dr. Pepper in the fridge, and the refrigerator and the freezer on this one, and then I can run that one, obviously, for what I intended it for, which was air conditioner, heater, tools of the shop, and I can focus on just the shop stuff. But I want to show you something really cool, and I had a theory of charging through the batteries, but remember that the main system on the E1500LFP did not understand the power coming in backfed through the batteries to the main system. But I want to show you something, guys. This is really cool now. It's a huge upgrade as well. Like I keep finding more and more upgrades. It's so far it's unbelievable. I wish I would have bought this system first, but obviously they didn't have this system yet. And hopefully we all together as a team got this system much better and ready for the world here. So I'm going to take this. This is the old lunchbox charger, okay? That big brick, this big old hunking thing over here. And I'm going to show you something that I saw real quick when I tested something really fast while I was waiting for this thing to finalize. And it's almost there, so we're going to let it finalize on video here at the last step of it now. So I'm going to plug this one in, the battery number 2, which is all the way down at the bottom at 99%. And notice it's using power because we're using power, right? So it's all pulling out the power it needs to, pull this out. And then obviously it's got to run the Wi-Fi. So a lot of things hidden in the background. So now watch what happens now. This is really cool. And now that you can see this in real time, that makes the system much better just because of this. I mean, there's so many pieces that I'm finding to this puzzle that I really enjoy. So I'm going to plug this in the charging of the number 2 battery real quick. Okay, so that's plugged in, so you're going to give it a second. So the MPPT controller of that system has to click on and recognize, and then watch what happens now. I thought this was really exciting. It's going to backfeed power through battery 2 into battery 1 and into the host, which is the main system. You just got to give it a second here. It's got to click on here, if it does it here. Let's see. And then, well, you know what? Here, I'll speed it up here. Because remember, it's at 99%, so it thinks it's almost full already. So this one is the other charger that I have from the other system, and I'm going to put that into the other battery, and watch what happens. Oh, wait, I think there it goes. It just turned on. Let's see what it's doing here. Okay, let's give it a second. Okay, so notice this, guys. So it went down to 0.1 amp. Now look at it, it's 2. So it takes a minute because remember, the system has to understand what's going on. And that's where the E1500LFP fell flat, is it didn't understand the communication so good. Now notice that we went from negative to positive on these two systems. We're still, now even the main went to positive. So basically when this turns bright green, it means it's charging, and when it's dark green, that means it's discharging. So that's a nice thing, you have a color code. But notice that there's no power coming in here, okay? So the power meter does not understand that all this extra 400 watts is coming in through the bottom. But the power meter over here does. So you can literally see this go up in real time. So I'm going to charge that, and I'm going to push it a little bit harder now. I'm going to put another one in there. But notice we're getting 1.4 amps, 1 amp, and 0.7 amps respectively at 53.6 and 7 volts. So that means that the energy is definitely going inside the machine, even though the meter doesn't show it. So I'm going to put a second one in here in battery number 1. I think this is really exciting, guys. This is really exciting. And being that you can see this in real time without pulling out a multimeter or pulling out, you know, the whole guessing thing. But remember, you have to wait a minute because the system has to talk. That's the biggest thing, the biggest upgrade I can think of this system is the communications are literally working now. That's cool, that's cool. But you can see it in real time, so not only can you think it's working, but you can actually watch it in real time by the voltage and the amperage. I think that is phenomenal, Pecron. You did a great job on this system because now we can actually see it in full time. So it'll probably take about another 30 seconds to a minute. Like I said, this battery has to talk to that battery, this has to talk to the host, and then it has to talk to the MPPT controllers. So there's a lot of talking going on in there now where you didn't have that on the other system. So we'll wait now. Here, okay, so it jumped up. Now notice though, that no power is coming in the power meter, right? Nothing. It shows nothing. It shows that there's no energy coming in the system. However, through the back door, which if these two were solar panels, which is what I intended to do, is have it a small array here and a small array here on these two batteries. Look at, we're getting in 4.2 amps now at 54 volts, and we're getting 4 amps at 53.9 volts, right? And we're getting 2.4 amps at 53. So all you have to do is do the math on that. Just figure 50 times, you know, this number. So that's about 200 and some watts. That's about 200 and some watts. And this is about 100 and some watts. So 2, 4, 5. So you're getting about 500 watts of finalization of the system. Where if you remember, it downclocks it to about 576-ish watts total to protect the batteries. So no matter which way you go in, it's not only protecting the batteries, but more importantly, it's feeding the energy back to the main system. Now that system does that as well. The E1500LFP does that as well. But remember, it takes like a half an hour to an hour to correct that stupid meter. So that's a pain in the butt to wait for. It does work, but you have to wait for it. This one does it live. Now, since we're doing this, right, watch what happens when I plug back in the electric now. This is where it gets really exciting. So we have 4, 8, 10. So we're pulling it about 10, just about 10.5 amps. at 54 volts. That's great, right? That's great. That's a lot of power, right? So now, I mean, that's an entire array of solar panels right there on those two little charging bricks. But watch what happens when I put this in now. Now remember, you're at 4.2, 4.2, and 1.9. So watch what happens as soon as I hook this back to the grid. So now you have three things charging, two lunchbox bricks, and you have the straight-in cord coming here. Now notice that went right back to the 577 or so that it locks it at once you get past 90%. It was 80, but they must have updated the firmware or something inside it, and now it updates at 90%. It slows down. See that jumped? See how fast it jumped up? 98%. But now, more importantly, look down here: 9.5 amps, 9.6 amps, and 6.4 amps. That's forcing the system to charge faster if you need it or if you want to hurry up and finalize it. That is fantastic. Otherwise, it slows it down to protect the batteries for long term. But if you need it quickly, hook it to a couple solar panels, a couple charging bricks, get this bad boy charged, and you lickety split, you're gone. So that's really a plus. Now I'm going to let it go the last 2%. So you can see the main system's at 98%. It's at 16 minutes. We're going to let it go. I rambled enough, so 16 minutes more is not going to be a problem. But now notice it's 578, right? So it's real close. It's a little off, but it's I think it's within reason. A couple watts isn't too bad. It would be nice if it was real time and perfect wattage, but like I said, it's hard to find 2 meters that are absolutely perfect unless they're completely calibrated. Heck, it's impossible to find 2 gas pumps that put out exactly the same amount unless they're regulated on a regular basis. So a few watts doesn't bother me too much, you know. All right, 98, let's see, 16 minutes still, so we'll go back and watch the batteries. Oh, I went back too far, guys. So we're going to go back and watch the batteries again in real time. Now remember, I'm getting 400 watts through this one, 400 watts through this one, and we're also getting the almost 600 watts through the wall, through the main, which is just a cord. So here you got 99, 99, and 97. So this should be, in no time flat, this should be good. So you're pulling in 10, 20, that's 25 amps of power, guys. 25 amps times 54. You know, if this meter is correct, that's a lot of power you're pushing in there, 25 amps. But it's all split up though, you know what I mean? So you got, what is it, 15 amps here, something like that. Well, it's divided. So out of the 25, you have about 8 amps, 8 amps, 8 amps. And then that's great because it keeps the lines from getting hot, but you're still getting that power in there. Now, if you were to bring in this many watts, that's 10, 21, yeah, 25. If you brought in 25 watts through this cord would start on fire, literally, or burn and melt, or, you know, it wouldn't be good. It wouldn't be good. It wouldn't be pretty. But now you're able to bring this. Notice that the voltage is at 55, so it's almost equal, guys. That's what's coming in. And then here, 3.8, 3.7. Now notice it's starting to drop a little bit. This is at 11. This is at 10. So it's putting the energy into this one. Where it's supposed to be. The only reason this is still high is because, remember, there's energy coming in this battery, and then the main system up here. So we'll let it go for a few more minutes. We gotta have probably, it says 16 minutes. I think it'll be quicker than that because, oops, I keep putting the wrong button. Remember, that's going up 16 minutes of this, guys, right? So you'll see this go up a lot quicker here. So far, guys, I've had this running non-stop since I opened the box today, since we did the unboxing, and I am absolutely thrilled with this system so far. There is literally nothing that I don't like, other than on the app. I think I mentioned it before. I would like to see the wattage here. You could just take that and times it by that to get that, and I would like to see this in Fahrenheit too for the people in the United States and not over in the metric system. And the Celsius was Imperial, and what's the other one? I always forget. Imperial metric, I think it is, or Celsius Fahrenheit. Different life, different words. That's all it is, a different system. But we'll watch this go, and I think it'll be finalized probably in about, oh, I don't know. Oh, and remember, like I said, you don't have to use the Wi-Fi. Once the system is on the Wi-Fi, this does not have to be on the Wi-Fi. So what I'll do is, while that's finalizing here, I'm going to close everything. I'm gonna go to the, matter of fact, I think I'm off the, am I off the Wi-Fi? Nope, okay, so I'm still on the Wi-Fi. Okay, so there, I'm gonna pull the Wi-Fi off. Okay, I'm gonna close that. I forgot we did that re-sign up thing, because I hit the wrong button and I unbinded it. Okay, so we're going to power stations, we're going to Pecron. Now remember, I'm 100% off the internet on this one, but this system is still, see, online. It's still connected to the internet, where you still need the password for your Wi-Fi network in order to access this machine through this app. So it's safe that way, as long as you got a good password for your home system. Now if I hit this, now notice that being we're offline, we still have access to everything. So we're 98% power, we're still coming in. We're gonna hop over here. So we got 98, 99, and 99. So we're almost there, guys. We're waiting just for the final touches here. And basically, I don't know how long it's gonna take, but we're literally at the home stretch, guys, if you wanna hang out with me. See, it still says 16 minutes because I think that's confused, because it's, like I said, it's going off of that. But we're not going off of that because I'm literally back feeding power. I keep hitting the wrong button, guys. I pop out of the system. That we're putting that energy back through these batteries up to the main. Now, what's exciting about this, guys, is if Pecron keeps the same concept or technique. Oh, see, 99's across the board, guys. So now I'll start slowing down. If Pecron starts or keeps the same technique, which we want to get that 3600 LFP, we're going to have 4 batteries and 1 host, main system, if you will. Now what that means is you could do 2 inputs on the mains, right? I also found out some information that they are 1200 watts each, and then you have a barrel that's 150 watts. And it's going to be a higher voltage also. And then you also have, guys, this is where it gets exciting. You have 4 batteries in which you could put in 400 watts for each battery. Think of the power that you could dump into a 15,000 watt-hour system. That's 2,400, right? Plus another 16, plus another 16. Guys, you're talking like, you're talking Bluetti AC500 input power. You have 5,000 plus watt of power that you could put into a machine. 24 plus 16, that's 4,000, 5,000, that's 5,000 plus watt hours, guys. That's crazy. I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait till that system is released. I'm buying it right away, hopefully delivered quickly, and then I'll be able to review it for everybody. We are, like I said, we're spending our own money on this technology. These systems were not given to us. We got the E1500 LFP as a sponsored review, but we bought this full system now, and we bought this full system. We paid in credit card for this whole one and that whole one. So yeah, that's a lot of money for us, but I really fell in love with this technology, and you feel like you can't stop. You feel impulse to say more power, more power, more power, more solar panels, and it's like candy, you know. Once you eat one piece of licorice, boy, one Dr. Pepper, you want to go back and have 10 more. All right, so let's see, it's finalizing here. Let's see. We're just waiting for the final touches here. Let me back out here. Hopefully I won't hit the button wrong. So 99, it says 8 minutes. Now notice it went from 16 to 8, so it cut in half. And then we'll go back here, and we'll watch it in real time again. And then we can watch these amps. Now notice this one is still at 10.9. This one's still 11.5, and I think that's energy going from all of it. You know what I mean? Like, there's energy coming in all over the place. We got 3 different, you know, inputs going on right now. We're 99 up here, right? So that means all 3 batteries are the same. And then hopefully, as another test, what I'll do is, you know, capacity and all that stuff, and make sure that these are dropping down at the same rate. That's the best system that I can think of, because it keeps the charge cycles good. So this is starting to drop down slowly now. So it's finding the last bits and pieces to the puzzle. And being that it's almost there, what I'll do is let's unhook. Let's finalize it nice. I don't want to push the system too hard. That was basically just a test to see if the amperage and the wattage can go through the back batteries into the system. And even though it doesn't recognize it up here, it still recognizes it here. That's cool. Now notice this dropped down to 5 amps, 5 amps, and 0.03 amps. And then that'll probably drop down a little bit more here. That's only what's coming in from here. and like I said, if this is accurate, I haven't tested this yet, you got to hook up a multimeter or one of those what do they call the you know, the clampy thing you put on the wire, and then you can actually measure the amps that are moving. Being that it stayed here, it looks like that's what's coming from up here. So we have to wait and see. Out of all of this, we're bringing in 500 watts total. When the system is full, according to what I learned about this one, the 2000, what I learned is this should drop down. I'm sorry, this one should drop down to just a hair bit over this. So I'm guessing maybe about 90 or 100 watts this one should drop down to, because it's the watts that you're using straight through plus the energy it takes to run the machine, and now the Wi-Fi, and you know, there's a lot of extra, and the UPS probably takes a lot of energy too. So you're running on the app, you know, it's got to talk, the Bluetooth, so there's a Bluetooth module in there, you have a Wi-Fi in there, so you know, you're burning up a lot more stuff, guys, because you have more options in here. All right, so let's see if we watch this in real time here. It says 8 minutes, but all right, 8 more minutes, guys. I think we can handle 8 more minutes. All right, ramble on, Bob. All right, so basically we just gotta hold the fort down here for a little bit longer. This is nice to see though, guys. The UPS, if you have a medical device, or you have a important stuff, you know, like say, you know, you have a desktop computer, you know, if you lose power, you're done. Whatever you were working on, it's gone. In the middle of your game, you know, you're playing GTA 5, or you're playing Far Cry 5 or New Dawn, or you know, whatever, it's Far Cry 6, whatever you're playing, that power goes out, boom, your game's gone. If you're a Minecraft kid, you know, you're done. You know, if you were making food and that power went out, your system would, you know, reset, your microwave will reset, and then you got to do it again, your air fryer reset. You know, it's nice to have that that UPS. That's a nice feature. It does cost extra energy to run stuff like that, and the Wi-Fi and everything, but it's nice to have, guys. It's nice to have, because they can switch over like that. All right, we're still waiting. Now basically it's finding the last seats in a gymnasium, if you will, in a stadium for a baseball game. When you enter a baseball stadium and it's empty, it's very easy to find a seat. When it fills up, when it fills up, it's obviously much harder to find that seat, and that's what the bits of energy is doing. It's bouncing around the system, going, oh, there's a seat, and oh, there's one, and that's basically what it is. It's finalization is what it's called. So we just have to wait. Remember, that was a big battery pack. It took a few hours to do that. I think it was about 3 hours or so to do the whole thing. Okay, now let's see here. 99. Okay, so we're still at 99s. Hopefully we can get there sometime today here, guys. You know, this is you know, it's the water. If you watch it, it doesn't boil. It's that kind of thing. That last percent, guys, seems to take like 100 years. So we just gotta wait. And hopefully 99% is not 100. I want to see 100 on all four. There, so you can actually see. So 99, 8 minutes, okay. All right, that cold weather's coming in, guys. The winter's coming, and I'm all out of Dr. Pepper, so when you talk a lot, you gotta have Dr. Pepper. All right, so we're just waiting here. As far as everything I tested so far, guys, 100% home run, 100%. If I could send this one back, I do like this one. I like it, and I use it every day. If I could send that back and get another one of these guys, that would be in the mail tomorrow, and I would get another one of these. And I love that one. I've used it for a year. I have no problem using that one. But the options with this one, and all the bits and pieces and the features, that monster. It's absolutely a monster upgrade as far as the technology. UPS Wi-Fi, Bluetooth app, 1400 watts straight in charging, no brick, 30 amp, 12 volt, 700 watt in on one array. I wish I had two though. The fuse right there, that's nice to have. 100 watt true power delivery port, updated cables. It's cleaner than a whistle on the side here, so it'll fit better. Like if you were to put this in an RV or a closet or something like that, where as long as it has airflow, that would fit a lot better than the cables sticking out, getting stuck on everything. I mean, look at how these are beefy cables, guys. All right, we're still waiting here. This is the longest finish in history here. It says 8 minutes, of course. So it's obviously not going in real time for the last 8 minutes, but we'll hang on for a minute and see what it says. Oh, see, one dropped down to 98% now. Oh, see, back to 99. So, yeah, it's still finalizing. It's bouncing that last bit of energy. This should drop down when it's done. We just have to wait for that. Who knows how long that's going to be. And I have a feeling that if I stop the camera now and stop the filming, as soon as I hit pause or stop on the camera, this system will finalize, and then it'll go to hundreds, and then it'll be like, oh, geez, I should have just left it on. So that's my lucky timing in life. So we'll like I said, we'll stretch it out, guys. You can listen to Pink Floyd songs or Leonard Skinner or Free Bird or whatever you want to do. Do some Bob Dylan, guys. You haven't heard Dylan in a while. Throw some Dylan on the radio. You can wait for this last finalization. I have no idea how long it's going to take. I'm at the mercy of a new system, so I have no real knowledge of it. Still says 8 minutes. Notice that went from 98 back to 99, so there is a refresher thing. So if you go here, see 99, and then you hit that again, it thinks it's at 98, and then it goes right back to 99. But that's basically 100%, guys. But I want to see it complete and full at 100%. Even if I have to speed it up and put in the other, you know what I'll do? I'll plug it back in just so we can finish it, so the video is not 40 years long. Let me plug this one in, guys. Okay, because these batteries they're very smart, that when they get too much energy, they stop charging. So you don't have to worry about them overcharging. I've noticed that with the E2000, that once it gets to full, you can watch this here. So 54.6 is obviously, or 54.5 is probably a full battery. I don't know yet. I don't have much knowledge of 48-volt systems, so I still have to learn. And then when this finally drops down, you'll see that. So then you know that if you're past this number, or whatever number's on your system, if it's 0.6 or 0.5, then you know that you have a problem. So that's a really good thing. You have a system fault. So there it went 54.6. Like I know that one, guys. 54.7. I know that one by the back of my hand. I one solid year, and I've learned just literally everything. To how to change a button, to how to change the AC board and everything, the MPPT controllers, everything. I've learned so much on that one. Here's 55.1, 55.0. Still up there here, 55.1. We're still waiting here. Yeah, it's bouncing around, so it's trying to finalize somewhere. But like I said, this one is going to take a learning curve, guys. It's just a new system. It's going to take a learning curve. I just want to see these go to 100, and then I'll pull out those so we can watch it real time with just the UPS from the wall. Like using this kind of power, guys, to have 7.5 kilowatts on 72 watt hours of draw, you can run a heck of a long time, guys. They're 55.3. So we'll actually watch the numbers in real time to see what it does here. Oh, okay, so we got 1 to 100%. Okay, so the second battery just jumped to 100%. Now let's go back for a second and see what that says. 99, 8 minutes. Okay, so now here we have 2 of them at 100%. Okay, so that's finalizing 2 batteries. These 2 are almost done. And then we have to wait for the main system, which that's the main system that's pulling all the energy out from the batteries. So obviously that would usually be the last one to finalize. And then we'll watch that drop down in real time. Hopefully it'll go pretty quick here, guys. We're down to 3 amps on the main system. It still says 11.8 amps on the number 1 or number 2. Here's 2.9, so that's starting to drop. So it has to be there, guys. 55.5 volts. If you guys know what a full charge system is, if you have the E1500LFP for your system, let me know in the comments. 555 right now is what we're on. I'm gonna guess 556. Guessing, don't know. That's supposed to be 48 volts, and that's at 24. And like I said, that one I know by the back of my hand, but this one I'm still learning. Here's 55.6. Oh, okay, so here, 100, 100, 100. So now we have to wait just a little bit more for that final, and then that should drop. And then I can take out the battery chargers too. Like I said, this is a long video, guys, but I want you to see it in real time because, hey, you know, $3,500 is a lot of money. And I want to make sure that you guys understand fully what you're getting, you know, into, so you're not just jumping in the pool and getting your whole body wet, but you can put your toe in there, watch this video, and learn and go from there. Right, so we're 55.7. I wonder how high it's going to go. Alright, so the fan kicked on. It's got to finalize soon. So here, I'll take out the batteries. Okay. Because that was my plan. I want to charge them with one array, and one array. So we'll see. We'll just let it go. 55.3. So that dropped down. 55.2. Now notice when you pulled that power, the voltage obviously drops. And this goes right back to the 120 or so, depending on what kind of power factor you're drawing. I don't see the power factor on here. I thought that was, oh yeah, so the other one had a power factor here, and I don't think it had the hertz. I think I would rather like the power factor here on this one. If you look at this one, guys, you see that the power factor's here? This one says hertz. So 120, almost 120, power factor 0.4. This doesn't have the power factor. So I would like to see a power factor here instead of the hertz, because, you know, once it's 60 hertz, you don't have to see that anymore. You know what it is. But the power factor, I think, is more important. You can see that on here, but I'd like to see it up here. Okay, so here, 100%. 100%. All right, so now notice that the 100% turned black. See that? So that means, hopefully, that this is finalized. And then, see, it's negative, so it's pulling energy out. So we got to be very close now, guys. We got to be. This is the marathon charge of the century here. But that's the first time that was black, and now it's green again. Oh, gotta go back. All right. Eventually. You know, the hardest part is the finalization of brand new batteries, guys. This is the first time it's ever been fully charged, because you have that balancing act going on, and boy, that takes forever, it seems. Oh my gosh. I wish I could put more energy to the top and hurry up and get it. But we're 100, and we're still bringing in 579, so obviously it's still putting energy in there somewhere. This should drop down to approximately a little bit more than this. So I'm guessing maybe 100 will drop down to, maybe 90, something like that. Usually this one runs about 20 watts per hour, and I'm guessing this one's going to be a little bit more because you have the UPS, the Wi-Fi, and the Bluetooth. But we're waiting here. 578. Come on, drop it down here. Let's get it done here. We're 100% across the board. Is it ever going to stop charging? Is the voltage? Let's see the voltage here. Is it going crazy? 54.9. Okay, 54.8. Just waiting. It's a waiting game, guys. So you got 1 amp, 5.4, 4.8. Yeah, we can't be drawing. Well, if we are, let me hold on a second, guys. Let me put a kilowatt meter on the outlet so I can see what's actually literally pulling out from the wall and make sure that this number is accurate. I believe it is, but let's double check it. So give me a second here, guys. If you guys don't have one of these, I highly recommend it. This is called a kilowatt meter, and what it does is it lets you know the real power, or very close to the real power, is what's coming out of the wall when you charge something like this. So I'm going to unplug this, plug this in. I'm going to let you know in real time what's coming from the wall to make sure this is correct. Okay, there we go. Okay, guys, so we reset it here. The UPS clicked back on, and we are using it says 740 watts coming out. So you obviously lose a lot in the conversion, even though that's a 48-volt system. I want to see it finalized here, because we don't want to be drawing that kind of power all the time here. Let's see. We just have to wait. There's really no hurrying up charging. The batteries charge however they charge for safety and a reason, so we just gotta wait. Right. Hopefully it'll finalize soon. I wish I could speed this up, guys, but like I said, I want to do it in real time so you can actually see it. I don't like cuts and I don't like speeding up stuff, and I know that takes forever for a video, but I think it's a more honest review. That you can see it in real time, and then you can make a decision if, you know, if maybe the system's not good for you. Alright, so let's see, host. Let's see, the voltage, 54.8. Yeah, I think once it's completely finalized once, then I think all the cells are balanced and it'll be better. Or, if the system blows up and starts on fire, you guys get to witness it in firsthand in real time with no funny business here. So, we are still pulling 750 watts from the wall. That's about the same percentage as this one, except you don't have to put the brick in there, because the brick's inside here. Let's see, we're still putting power there. Let's see what the voltage is, 54.9. Obviously, when I pulled out the extra stuff, that voltage, I think it was 555 before. But remember, that's all three systems combining. Let's see here. Alright, it's got to be finalized. If you look over there, guys, if you look in the mirror, okay, that's a mirror they have on the door. Notice that the green is set to sync perfectly. The system sync perfectly. The wires are out of the way. They're awesome in that configuration because you see the lights. So no more energy is going into the system as far as the batteries, but we're just trying to finish the top here. And I can't imagine it using that much power still, but like I said, we're going to watch it in real time and see what it does, you know. If the system blows up, guys, you get to see a $3,500 system but die in real time. So that's depressing to think about, but let's check it out. Not worried because I can see the actual voltage, so that's helpful. See, it jumped back up to 55 almost there, so it just has to finalize here. I think it'd be easier if I pulled this off and we finished it that way, then you wouldn't have that input-output. But like I said, I want to see what it does in real time. I think that's the most important review we can do, is actually see it. Yeah, I wish the power factor was here, guys. I like that better. I like that better. That can't be using that much power for the Wi-Fi, the UPS, and the Bluetooth. That's a ton of power. 570, we're pulling 755 watts from the wall almost. 749 to be exact. And so this is going back up, and like I said, I think once the system is completely finalized and every cell is full. If you guys ever had RC cars where you have 2 cell, 3 cell, 4 cell, 5 cell, 6 cell, what that is these are many cells. I don't even know how many cells are in here, but there's 48 volts divided into how many cells that they have in there to create 48 volts. On my RC cars or my drones, I'll charge, and then when it gets to the top, it'll literally keep charging even though it looks like it's 100% done, because the cells are unbalanced. So you have some cells that are way up here and some that are here. So as it goes up, it thinks it's full, and then it's going like this and kind of inching them back up to where they're all full. We just it's gonna be a long video, guys. Yep, we're talking like 40 minutes already here, but notice the voltage is starting to go up a little quicker here. So I think that'll go to 55.1. Yep, 55.1. And then hopefully that'll go back down. And once that goes back down, guys, then I'll feel more comfortable. And that way you know that you're not getting overpower in your system, and all your doohickeys and everything is working correctly, where you can leave the system unattended if you want to, and then you'd feel more safe about doing that. I'd recommend, guys, if you're going to leave a system like this unattended, make sure it's in a very safe place that has the proper protocols in case you do have any issues or anything with any power station for that, or any batteries. You know, fire extinguisher, concrete floors is nice. You know, basement's very nice because a basement is really concrete. You know, a lot of concrete down there, mason bricks and stuff like that, where you don't have like in my shop, there's a lot of wood, so we only charge these when we're here. Waiting, guys. It's the waiting game. It says 100, but you guys remember that when this one said 100, right? You had to wait and wait and wait and wait. And I just want to see this drop down, and then we'll be good. All right. You guys want to wait, or do you want me to stop it and continue after it's done and let you know how long? I know you can't hear me, so I don't know, maybe I'll just wait, because like I said, it's been a long video, guys. All right, I'll come back to you, guys. I'll come back to you in about 10-15 minutes and see if anything's changed here. Boy, it looks like it's almost there. If I knew what the finalization voltage is for all 3 battery packs together as far as a 48-volt system, I would feel better, because then I knew where it's supposed to stop. But like I said, being that this is the first time I've ever charged it, I don't know what the finalization voltage is. I know what that one is. I know exactly what that one is, 47.6. But I don't know, actually, was it 47? Boy, I'm confused now because I got 2 different systems here. But I don't know what the finalization number is of this one. All right, guys, well, I'll let you go just for a second, and I'll come right back if anything's changed when this finalizes. All right, guys, give me a second. Okay, guys, it looks like it finally finalized here. Okay, so notice that, okay, this is 100% full system, guys. Okay, so we're 57.1 volts. We have 0 power coming in from the wall. That is running about 95 to 100, which is, as you see, it'll spike here. So it's going straight through and running this, and then every once in a while it'll put a little spike here. But this is 100% full system, guys. So 57.1 is where my system ended up here. Now we're back. See, now we're back to the 120. Now I feel good about it, because now we're 120, up to 121. That's off the grid of the building, and not off another power station. That's 100%, because this one is what is this one here? See, that's 119, and that's 120. So I don't have this hooked to the Pecron. This is actually off the grid, and see it spike a little bit, and I think that's just the you know, like that'll go up and then it'll shoot straight down. So it shot up to 600, and then if you watch it in real time, you'll see that drop like a rock here in a second. So 600, 500, see, 400, 300. Oh, here, there you go. So 200, 182, and then I believe it will drop down to 0 again, I believe. But now the system is 100%. See, look at all, there you go. So now you're running 100% off the wall at 75 watts. So 57.1 is where you want to be, guys, when you finalize the system. I do apologize for it taking as long as it did. In the system here, you have notice that this turned black up here. Notice that? So that means it's 100% finalized and finished, and now it's running straight off the wall. So then if you look at, let's see, if we hop over here, my fingers never work. See, 100% UPS is on. It says full charge time 0 minutes. So now it is 100% finished, and now it's straight running off the wall. This is pulling about 95 to 105 watts off the wall, to give you an idea of the conversion and the extra wattage for the machine. But now it is 100% finalized. Boy, I waited for this for a long time, guys, in real time too. But notice this isn't spiking anymore. So finally. So if you get a system, guys, and you're a little nervous about it, just let it go. Feel the cords. Make sure you don't have heat build up anywhere. Even these, you know, they're huge, but you know, Feel them, make sure they don't get warm, and notice that the system is 100% charged now, and you don't even have the spikes anymore. So that seems to be 100% finalized system. Oh, there's a little baby spike here. I don't know what the spikes do. There you go. So it went up to 600, and we'll see what it does. And you'll see it drop just as quick as it goes up. See, it's dropping like 100 watts almost every second or so, maybe 60 or 50 or something like that. Every second it goes right like up and then back down. And I think that's just basically like a topping off of the batteries, you know, keeping them topped off. And then notice it goes to 0. So guys, we did it. Oh, there it shot up again. Yeah, so maybe that's the communications, guys. So it brings it in, it tops off all the batteries, and then notice it goes right back down to 0. And I think that's normal for the system. I don't know for sure. See, the input is almost 600 here, so this has to be updated here. I don't know why it's stuck on 593, guys. Let's see. So 99, 98, 99. Yep. Yeah, the input is stuck, but it's not actually, it's not pulling this, so maybe the app froze. I think the app needs a little bit of work, guys. Let's see. All right, it says 98%, so let me redo the entire app again and see. Yeah, I think the app needs a few updates. Let's see, offline, we're gonna click it, it'll go online. Bluetooth connected. Yep, still says 586, so now it's on UPS. So let's knock out the UPS ones and see what it does here. And let me run over here and unplug this. Alright, so now we're 100%. It does say 98% on the app. So like I said, I do believe that the, oh shoot, I do believe that the app needs a little bit of work to it. And I think that'll come in time to where, see, it's still stuck on 586, even though we're obviously not pulling that anymore because it stopped. The output is on 125. So I don't know if the app locked up or it just needs maybe a reset of the system here. Let's see here. Yeah, see, it's stuck. Nothing's moving on it. So it's possible that the app locked up. Let me, let's see here. Let me reset this bad boy. Restart. Notice that this is good. And we have 71 hours, which is, guys, that's like 3 days of power here at 78 watts. So I did notice too that when it starts using power from a battery, notice in that mirror right there, that notice the lights are going backwards, okay? Here, I'll go on this side. See how the lights are going from, like they're going down. So that's nice because it's telling you that it's pulling energy from this box. And the other one, let's see the other one here. The other one is, see, it's drawing energy from that box. So now notice that this one stopped, right? And then this one is drawing. So it's using them at the same time of what I think so far. But like I said, there's going to be a lot of tests with this system, guys. So far, I absolutely love it. I really do. We spent a lot of money on this, but I think it's well worth it. And now we have here, you can watch them in real time in the mirror. As you can see, both of them, you see how they're going down like literally at the same time? They're one light apart, but notice that they're drawing. So I think it's sharing from all three systems, all three batteries at the same time. So that's a very positive thing if that's what it's doing. Like I said, I have to confirm that with tests and everything, but so far, very, very pleased with this system. Very pleased. All right, so let's bring on the Pecron. Let's whip out our Pecrons again here. And then here's your system. And then we're going to see in real time, device connection failed. Okay. It says offline. Oh, you know what? Maybe, because remember I did reset the system, so let me make sure that the Bluetooth is on. Yep, Bluetooth is on. So I wonder, let's try it one more time here. Like I said, guys, that's what this is for. I mean, if the tests don't work, they don't work. What are you going to do? And you know what you don't want, you know. So let's see here. That device connection field. I wonder if when you reset the system, this might be a possibility, guys. So when you reset the system, you have to connect to the Wi-Fi for the first time, remember? So let's see, let's connect that. Let's go back. That'll turn on right now. Okay, and then we'll go here, and then there. And let's see if it connects now. So now let's see, we have, yep, see, and online. So, yep, so you have to initialize it, guys, with the Wi-Fi to talk to it, and then, boom. Now you could, there you go. So now you can talk to it. So output is obviously, or input is 0, output is 70. That's about what it is here. And your battery pack details are, let's see. There you go, 100%. So yeah, I had to refresh this, guys. Not a big deal, but I think that's something that Pecron should look at. But notice in that mirror over there, you see that mirror? So notice that the lights are literally right at the exact same, they're absolutely equal as far as the discharge. I have to check the voltage on them, but according to here, you have 54.5, 54.4, and 54.4. That means this one has just a hair bit more voltage. But being that they're coming out at the same time according to the lights, if the lights are 100%, that's very good. All right, guys. Well, this is Rambling Bob number 2 here. This is gonna be a lot of updates with this system because there's a lot to learn for me. There's a lot of new gadgets and gizmos on here that I really like. But hope you guys have found this interesting. I know it's very long, but like I said, if you sit through college, you learn a lot more. This is kind of a classroom for all of us, as opposed to just whipping open a book, getting the answer, and then not really learning what the answer means. You know, anybody can have the answer, but I'd rather sit down and actually learn how to get the answer than just get the answer. You know what I mean? All right, guys. Well, ramble on. Be safe, guys. If you're not a subscriber, get up there and hit that button, man. Join the party here. We're all trying to help each other learn about this stuff. It's expensive stuff. I don't want anyone to make any mistakes or regrets as far as systems that they bought. I want them to get something that they like and something that they enjoy for a system. I know I have a bunch of times already, and hopefully I can spread that positivity to the community out there. All right, guys, ramble on, be safe, and we'll see you again on Rambling Bob Reviews. Bye, guys.